allow the two children to have the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, oh, yeah. My ego don't come, oh yeah, yeah. My ego diary politico, oh yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh yeah, yeah. This man not the off him. Mayegun la wa mo la mo to do. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo to do.
Mayegun diary na ibi number 1.
Mayegun ti de o.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Bó bá ṣe àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na ibi.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Remember, share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them, Mayegun today.
Godfather is in. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun diary na ibi number 1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Akuri Lailai. Same guy who told you that UAE has lifted the visa ban on Nigerians. Liars.
Ani esunraki.
Let the Biafrans go. 2 years old detailed message of the Northern Elders Forum. advising Buhari that Nigeria can no longer afford another war. Of course, Nigeria cannot survive another war. Of course, that video resurfaced and it is now trending. Probably a reminder for those who are still forcefully keeping Nigeria together because of what they stand to benefit or what they are benefiting before everything. I'm going to call tonight's broadcast lots of gists, piece by piece. Read the caption, read the description as well. Share the broadcasts, please. Today. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. And if you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description, you have shared it, you've liked the broadcast just before you get busy in that comment section. So thank you if you have done that already. Right? Now, we are going to start with this trending video. And I'm going to pick few messages from it. As reminders, a lot has happened since Akeem Baba Ahmed made this sort of a statement on behalf of the Northern Nigeria Elders Forum. The man in this video is now the special advisor to Shettima. Yes, things have changed. But the situation of 2021 is still pretty much with us, even worse in 2023. If you don't want the Igbos, can you at least support the general consensus? Let them try out a referendum. There are those who are Igbos who will never possibly support the Igbo nation or Igbo referendum. But you will never know. You can't speak on their behalf. Shettima was on a sort of a radio launch program, right? And he said the Igbos who are outside Igboland, they are more than the Igbos who are in Igboland. All these statements reeks of a toxic relationship. You don't want them to have the same equal rights as Nigerians, but you don't want them to go. Let's go back to that flashback. Call it a throwback. The message seems to still be, listen.
The Northern Elders Forum has reviewed events and tendencies which suggest that the country is headed for more crises. Nigerians live in fear of violence today and in fear of an uncertain future. The capacity of the Nigerian state to secure citizens, protect the country's territorial integrity, and resist violent assaults on our unity is weakening to levels of making threats that have no impact. Armed criminals of all types have increased their audacious stranglehold over our lives in all parts of the country. Irredentists are increasingly asserting their influence over in the southeast and some parts of the country, and in the manner that millions of Nigerians now live. Rhetorics from political leaders and ethnic champions who speak in threats and demands routinely suggest that the sentiments in support of irredentism are becoming more widespread. all Nigerians are paying the price of failure of two sets of leaders. At the national level, the administration appears to have lost the capacity to hold the gradual descent of the country into anarchy. Political leaders in the southeast appear to have submitted to violence and terror of IPOB and ESN. Muted voices of millions of Igbo cannot be heard, so that Nigerians can understand the degree to which secession by the Igbo represents their popular choice. Nigeria has had to fight two terrible wars to preserve the country. The North has paid its dues in that war, and indeed in many ways throughout the history of our country. Under our current circumstances, no Nigerian should welcome another war to keep this country together. The North, in particular, has more than enough challenges, and we recognize that violent secession by any part of Nigeria will compound the problems of all Nigerians under which we live. The forum has arrived at the difficult conclusion that if support for secession among the Igbo is as widespread as it is being made to look, and Igbo leadership appears to be in support of it, then the country should be advised not to stand in its way. It will not be the best choice for the Igbo or Nigerians to leave a country we have all toiled to build and a country we all have responsibility to fix. But it will not help a country already burdened with failures on its knees to fight another war to keep the Igbo in Nigeria. This forum insists that attacks and killings of northerners and federal government employees and destruction of national assets must stop. Those who have been involved in it must be arrested and prosecuted. Until the Igbo decide whether it wants to secede or remain part of Nigeria, the law applies to it, and the federal and state governments who have responsibility to enforce the law and protect citizens must enforce it. We support calls for northerners who are exposed to harassment and violence to consider relocating to the north. Unlike the postures and complacency of the leaders of the southeast, we advise that all Igbo and other ethnic groups from the south residing in the north should be accorded the usual hospitality and security. The forum believes that it is vital to address amendments to the Constitution and achieve major changes in the structure and operations of our federal system now. Members of the National Assembly elected by Nigerians have lost touch with the people they are supposed to represent. This explains the major distances which exist between the people and the vital national institution which should play a major role in mitigating national crises. The National Assembly should explore additional avenues for tapping into opinions that can help redress serious limitations to the federal system before the 2023 elections. The North is willing to discuss all matters related to constitutional amendments and restructuring with the leadership of the country and other groups who see their presence in the future of Nigeria. Thank you.
In a nutshell, 2 years ago, the Northern Elders Forum were so concerned about the Nigerians who are Northerners living in eastern part of Nigeria in what they called regular harassment. And they tag those harassment to be coming from the Igbos, like the IPOB and all that. So if the Igbos want to leave, that was 2 years ago, if they want to leave, we can start the conversation around it. Instead of, you know what I mean? However, here is the hypocrisy behind that call 2 years ago. It was around the time that they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, which then at the time escalated the what you can call the roundup of the invasion of eastern Nigeria by the Fulani terrorists. It was like it was timed and targeted. And of course, temper were like rising and the rest of that. But at the same time, northern Nigeria, right, was experiencing a sort of jihadist bloodbath. But you see that gathering, it had its own political packaging in it, which you could easily call a farce, all is said. But yeah, let's just kind of use those messages like now that Buhari is gone and it is Tinubu that is there. The unity of Nigeria, which never really exists anyway, that they told us is not negotiable, is actually negotiable. And if they still stand on it is not negotiable, they will be forced to accept the verdict almost when it is too late. Now, the scenario behind that was that maybe they should call for national conference. Maybe they should ask everyone who is currently part of Nigeria if they still want to be part of that Nigeria. But there are some of them who believe that, in another video I'm going to play for all of us soon, they believe that the reasons why, if they throw a referendum for Igbo nation, majority of the Igbos, they will not support it, even though they are scared to even gamble it. A lot of people have told them, if you believe that there are more Igbos, because there are more Igbos outside Igboland than those who are in Igboland, okay? And because of that, the Biafran nation or any nation they want to call themselves, when they finally choose where they want to belong, is pretty much impossible in your own opinion, but nobody wants to gamble it. Not even the Nigeria system. Okay, you know what? We believe that there are more Igbos outside Igboland than you have in Igboland. All they're asking is, let them decide where they want to be. Now, here is also 2 years ago. After that, what he read there, okay, this is him now kind of speaking his own mind. Akeem Baba Ahmed.
The North supports the restructuring of the country and believes that groups like ours should get together. If the government would not facilitate a meeting of groups, if the avenue provided by the National Assembly is too inadequate, and we believe it is inadequate, there is nothing stopping Nigerians from organizing their own dialogue and making sure that it enters into the constitutional channels that are available. We believe that we should do this, because a lot of Nigerians believe that the exercise just concluded by the National Assembly was insufficient. The quality of representations made there do not reflect what Nigerians really need. We are willing to talk to the National Assembly because we recognize the fact that under the law, they are the only body that has the power to amend the Constitution. We are willing to discuss with them. There are other groups that are willing to do so. That's why in our statement, we said they should expand their avenue. They should expand the opportunity for groups to talk to them.
Are you calling for another national conference?
We are not asking. There are many, many ways in which you can get Nigerians to talk, raise issues of quality, raise issues of substance. I don't want to label it. All I'm saying is that a government must reach out to communities that can make meaningful inputs into the way it is done, and those communities have a responsibility to knock on the doors of government, executive, National Assembly. Right now, there hasn't been that contact, and it should be established. That's why in our statement we said we are willing to talk with groups and we are willing to talk with government, because there are issues that we believe need to be said, but they have not provided the right forum.
So what's the forum's stance on the imminent scarcity of onion? The organization has said they are going to stop
The only issue about onion is a symptom of a deeper problem. When people don't feel safe and secure to sell anything, they will not sell it. Let's bring peace and security to people who transport essential food to the southeast. And you will see onions, you will see cattle. But if you create an environment which is unsafe for people, that's what you see.
That is where I was going. 2 years ago, it wasn't just about IPOB or ESN. You see that Northern Elders Forum, that guy was one of them. They were totally against the ban on open grazing. And they then put up different propagandas and lies to claim that their people are being attacked by the Yorubas, by the Igbos, simply because the political class, especially in the South, they have conspired against them, which is not true. So what he was actually pushing there then was that, listen, we believe that the Igbo says they want to leave. Now, don't forget something. The creation of states that you have today is the creation of the northern political class and their southern stooges. There was never a time a referendum was conducted among the people, the indigenous people of any part of Nigeria. They just woke up and they just saw the announcement on TV, on radio, that they have been created as a state. But a lot of Nigerians didn't actually understand the politics behind the state creation, especially after the 1970, the Nigeria genocidal war. It is like the same way the Europeans drew the map of Africa and decided to take them according to their own political and material benefits. Africa, you know the story, the Berlin Conference, where they were making, that's where they drew the map of Africa. That's exactly what the northern political class and their southern stooges, all criminals, did when they were creating states in Nigeria. There were some states created in Nigeria that they were actually compensation for a job well done in the last coup. So what I'm trying to say here is that for those who didn't pay attention at the time, like I said, they woke up and they just found themselves among other people that used to be their neighbors, because even though they shared borders, right, everyone knows their own ancestral, what do you call it, heritage and all that. That's how they started cutting out Igbos, cut out Igbos to Benue, cut them into Kogi, cut them into Delta, cut them into rivers, cut them here, cut them there, in order to actually arrive at a pre-planned conclusion. We are going to show them that they will never have another chance of staging another war, or not even staging a war. They will never have another audacity, okay, to ask for the independence of Biafra again. And they achieved that. Every small talk now is either you will see a lot of people who are actually Igbos, who ended up in different states other than the political 5 states of Igbos, that has now made them look like, oh, they are in the middle, they have nowhere to go to. And they succeeded over the years to create that identity crisis. In all of this, they are still afraid. Like I said, there was never any referendum to say, oh, you people of this so and so, would you like to come together and form a state? Oh, yes, we will love it. Now our state will be called this. You people here, would you like to come together and form a state? Oh, yes, we would love to. Let's see how many people in support. They never did that. We only woke up and we started hearing the names of states after 1970. Gowan started with 12 states. Later increased it to 19 states. Abina Ozimuri Talada increased it to 19. Obasanjo increased it to 21. Babangida came, increased it to 24. Or how many? Then Abacha came, increased it to 36. No be so. And in all of this creation, they were just pronouncements. They were just pronouncements. You here. You are you are Delta. Yeah, we are Delta. And that is why, and they know what they were doing. The divide and rule also very much work. The same confusion that you have all over Nigeria today. People who are not supposed to be together, but they are formed together by force in a country. It's exactly the same scenario you will witness in every state in Nigeria today. You will see those who are like, our people are supposed to be that part of Ijebu, but we are now in Lagos State. Our people are supposed to be part of Oyo, but we are now Oshun. We are now, you know what I mean, right? They created all of that in a way that it will be so difficult for people to really agree on anything progressive. In that confusion is where they are promising you hope. It doesn't really work that way. So what they intend to tell everyone then was, listen, if you believe that the Igbos, majority of the Igbos, including their political class, because that is the impression up north. The impression up north is that you see the IPOB and the ESN, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they believe that majority of the political class, the elite of Igboland, and majority of the Igbo people, they support them. And now here is something. They are right and they are wrong. Majority of the Igbos actually would love Biafra. But when you sit them down, not all of them are indeed in full support of a Biafra led by IPOB and all of that. So that, therefore, you can there see the, what do you call it? The open division in there where you see the elite, the supposed elite, political and business, who are supposed to protect the young people who volunteered their lives to face armed terrorists who are on an order to invade the southern part of Nigeria until we all give up. So the elite that are supposed to protect them, the same elite that the northern Nigeria believes that they are secretly supporting the effort of all these young people led by that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me explain that to you. If to say the elite, businessmen and women, political class, royal fathers here and there, including those who are in different security positions in Nigeria, if just 1/3 of them, 1/3, I'm not even saying going to say half, 1/3, divide them into, if 1/3 of them should use their wealth, their position, and everything they have to support the effort of IPOB, they would have had Biafra at least 5 years back now. Nigeria would have taken things with more caution than they are currently doing right now. We all know the number one enemies against the Biafran independence are the Biafran elites themselves, the Biafran political class. The first set of people to promulgate law, to prescribe IPOB, were the Igbo governors, Igbo political class, Igbo elites. There is even an unconfirmed rumor that it was an Igbo man's private jet that they used in ferrying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya down to Abuja, an Igbo man's aircraft. It's unconfirmed though, I'm just saying, you know. Imagine if their elite uses if they are really loyal, interested like the northern class will believe, these guys they will be gone by now. The economy of Nigeria, all they have to do is it's just going to be like a boycott, a sort of a withdrawal. The entire Nigeria will shake beyond what anybody can deal with. Your banking sector everywhere. But because a lot of them chooses the comfort they have managed to secure for professing loyalty to Nigeria than Igboland and their people. And they don't want to lose all those comforts. They will rather either keep quiet, look away, or even fund any idea, anything that is going to put an end to the demand for the Biafra. Who doesn't know that? Well, again, we have all seen what happened 2 years after. Here you get. The first time they tried to kill Nnamdi Kanu. It was after he met with Igbo leaders, supposed Igbo leaders, governors, Igbo political class and elite. He met them in Enugu. They were expecting him to demand for money. He was demanding for, oh, bless him. Nnamdi Kanu was demanding for the improved economy of Eastern Nigeria, the dredging of River Niger, and ensuring that there are, direct international ports straight to Igboland is developed so that they can create jobs for the younger Igbos and reduce migration from Igboland, which has made what you can call the brain drain in Igboland, created, you know what I mean? Like all these demands, we need to protect the lives and the properties of our people. We need our own domesticated security team that is properly funded. Can you fight for all of that? He made 11 demands, and none of them was about give me something or give me something for my people. No. A week after that, Operation Python Dance killed more than 28 young people in front of Nnamdi Kanu's house. They had intention of killing him that day. Remember that. The elite. So the bottom line is this. We all know that Nigeria is done for. But there are people who are so determined that before Nigeria is completely done for, they will have their own bites, even if it has to be the bite of the flesh and the blood of their own kinsmen. Doesn't matter. Right? But we'll be here to keep you sort of always reminded. Now, when they were talking to Shettima just yesterday, he had this to say about the Igbos. He even dressed like one. Shettima. They don't want Igbos, but they don't want the Igbos to go or to leave. Which kind of toxic relationship is this? In Lagos, in case some of you have not noticed, after 2023 elections, they have banned any Lagos state governor from nominating any Igbo as commissioner or advisor into their cabinet in Lagos state. They will never pass them. You don't want the Igbos. You probably want their economy. You want their money. But you don't want them. And you don't want them to go. I don't understand.
This is Ijele 93.1 FM. Anyibu Onundibo. And Tatabo 30th of November. Anina welcome our Vice President in the person of our Vice President Shettima, who is here with our able governor and our chairman and so many dignitaries right here in the studio. I got like Kaijua, our vice president, his impressions about the new station, Ijele 93.1 FM. Vice President, sir, what is your impression of this new station? And first of all, welcome to Ijele. No.
Thank you so much. We all live and function in the world based on communication. Through it, individuals bridge their islands of loneliness, and through it, societies are formed. The Ijele FM 93.1 Onundibo is a wonderful input by the group chairman, because our indigenous languages are on the verge of extinction because of the corrosive effects of Western cultural imperialism. This station will serve the very purpose of safeguarding our rich cultural heritage. It's quite saddening that Igbo is one of the 3 biggest languages in this country. Igbos are the most dispersed people in Nigeria. And most of the Igbos, there are more Igbos outside Igboland than in Igboland. And most of them are growing up either Hausanized or Yorubanized or have become English. In Lagos, children of Igbo parents hardly speak Igbo. They rather communicate in English or in Yoruba. So this station will serve that very purpose of promoting, preserving the rich cultural heritage of
That's shitty, man. It's being honest to some extent, isn't it? Yeah. Now, let me explain something to us, all of us. The young Igbos, including the young Yorubas, who are smart enough, knows that if you think you can tell them to demand from their representatives, their governors, to go and demand for referendum, you will think you are talking to a fool, Abi. If you think what we should have done, instead of publicly, consistently demanding peacefully for a peaceful referendum, which will start from having a conversation around this union. Now, all of us knows those who are behind this madness and contraption. We do know them very clearly. And if you are expecting any smart, sensible, intelligent Igbo person to take your advice off, they should have go and speak to their governors. It is either you are dumb or you are dumb, because we all know the part every one of them is playing currently in Nigeria. And if you want to be smart on your part, knowing that these criminals enjoys the status quo, young men and women took it upon themselves to champion for the sovereignty of Biafra. They were supposed to be listened to. You don't direct them back to those who want them gone or killed, if you actually mean well. But majority of you don't. It is similar to those who will tell you, if you don't like the way Nigeria is being governed, you can go and join a political party and contest election, knowing that telling you to go through the right channel to challenge criminals who have no regard for laws or even their courts is a trick, a very old trick. If anybody tells you to do this through the right channel, it's because the channel that they call right channel is the channel they have created. They control that channel. They control what goes in, they control what comes out of it. When you are dealing with criminals like this and their subordinates, you don't go through the normal channel or right channel. You go through your own channel. And that's exactly how it works. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, who knows them very well, who was not really out for what he's going to gain for himself, right? That is a clear collision course with the people that you think actually represent the Igbos. It is like somebody saying that the rogues who are currently parading themselves as political representatives of Yoruba land are representing the Yoruba people. Do you think they are representing you? Really? High right. So you don't tell them to go through the right channel when they have the channels that they have created rightly. If those people actually mean well for the Igbo people, you know what they would have done? They would have protected these young people who are courageous enough to chart a new course that could not only give the Igbos the respect that they deserve, it will give them the best of the best deal out of this contraption, as everybody knows. But rather than support them, they waged war against them. So it will be very, very unkind for anyone to even kind of mute the idea of saying that the Igbo elites are in support of IPOB or ESN. They are doing everything, spending billions on propaganda to tag them what they are not. Guess what? That can be a support that you say is for Biafra. A lot of them have facilitated the disappearance of so many young people in eastern part of Nigeria in the last 8 years, because that's their own role in helping to tame the people that you believe they are supporting or defending. IPOB, ESN, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, and every one of those who have become the victim of this Nigeria, every time you identify as an IPOB or as a Biafran, even if you don't want to identify as a Biafran, but as an Igbo person, every time that you should take your time and take a look at yourself, right? Every time you wake up every day and you're alive, and you're able to be like alive in the evening as well, you have no idea what kind of war you kind of survived. You are fighting a war. You are sort of a fighting war against those who are supposed to be representing your interest, but they are trading your interest. And then you are fighting against the establishment that has already profiled you from birth. Do you get that? So yeah, I think it's just a reminder, and I'm going to say this again before we go to our next stuff, right? If you believe that the Igbos, if you have your chance, you don't want Igbos where you are, great. What you should be doing right now is to be supporting and defending every advocacy that is demanding for a peaceful referendum and let the Igbos decide. Sure, you get, if they want their own nation. And when you want to do this, everyone that identifies as Igbo, including all of the Igbo lands that you have barricaded and cut off to other states, you should please give them I know they have created a lot of identity crisis for generations now. I can tell you this for free. With all that has been happening in Nigeria in the last few years, a lot of people are beginning to actually like accept their own identity as Igbos, even if they tried to change all of that. And I like it. So that is where the conversation starts from. Nobody is being forced to be part of Biafra. Listen, and that is why you have a referendum. A referendum is when everyone who feels like the ideology of a country in eastern part of Nigeria of today aligns with their own anything that they feel like, referendum will give them a chance and a space to express as such. And if we start, let's say if we start in January 2024, at least before the end of 2030, in 6 years, we would have had better clarity. You would have known where the land of this new nation is going to be. And you would have known those who are going to participate in what is called the referendum. Nigeria won't survive another war. But you see what these guys are doing? Others are saying it's not going to be war, it's going to be revolution. I don't care what you call it. The day everyone actually rises, Nigeria won't survive it. But until then, Akuri Lailai from UAE, Dubai again, the place you went and you lied. Now you are back there and you are lying again. But I'm so sorry, I want you to listen to this. They are talking about power generation and distribution in Nigeria. So they are giving you 2 years. You are going to get 12,000 megawatts of electricity. Luriro. I'm sorry that I have to play it, but I can stop it midway. Listen to this. Lies.
Of those things that factored into the slowdown of the implementation of the Siemens agreement. That was 2 years gone. Then, obviously, you also had a failed implementation on the part of some Nigerian officials who simply did not live up to the vision of President Muhammadu Buhari within the power sector. It's no secret that President Muhammadu Buhari did sack a minister of power during that time. These were some of the challenges without going too deep into the past. It's safe to say that it was not well implemented. It's safe to say that there were a lot of factors as to why it didn't work out. But we are forward-looking. We're not making excuses. Under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, what has happened is that in the last within the last 2 to 3 months, the German Chancellor and the Nigerian President have met on 4 different occasions. First time was in September on the sidelines of the G20, which led to a state visit by German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to Abuja on October 29th, which led to the participation of President Bola Tinubu at the Germany on November 20th. And of course, just 10 days later, we have a new agreement signed. Now, why is this important and how does this factor into the initial agreement? First of all, it's important to understand that this agreement is dealing solely with transmission. We recognize that today in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we have power generation capacity of about 12,000 to 13,000 megawatts. What this agreement seeks to do is to ensure that we can effectively evacuate all of the generated power in the country across a transmission grid that is now going to be fully modernized and capable of transmitting all generated power in the country to homes and businesses and industries across the nation. So that is what this agreement deals with. Now, this agreement is the first phase of the other phases of the agreement. Now, this first phase is dealing with transmission. It is timed for 18 to 24 months. I want to be clear about this. 18 to 24 months. We expect that the transmission grid, based on this agreement, will now have end-to-end modernization with all Siemens supplied and inculcated products, meaning that they're not only going to supply the substations and the 11,000 kilometers worth of power lines, et cetera, but they're also going to be installing their infrastructure. So it's a
if I may jump in quickly, let me ask you. So what it then means is that the Siemens deal will deliver to Nigeria an added 12,000 megawatts. Is that right?
No, this phase of the agreement does not add 12,000 megawatts that does not currently exist. That is not what it does. What it does is the current power generation capacity in Nigeria today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, today is 12,000 megawatts. We have the capacity to generate 12,000 megawatts in Nigeria today. The issue has been about stranded power and the
nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
I don't want to bore you too much. He's talking nonsense. And that's why he's trying to like twist it and turn it around and twist it and say one thing here and try to twist it again, because he wanted to kind of make a false impression by making false representation of things. All those are just talks, jargons. But he just had to. So on the one hand, they are looking to generate 12,000. On another hand, no, they have it already. They just need to distribute it. So they are signing a 12,000 distribution agreement. Person will no generate electricity won't go distribute them. And that's the agreement. So in 2 years' time, it's going to take 2 years' time for them to be able to distribute that 12,000. For God's sake, man. There is no way out. Economies doesn't grow where you have no power, electricity. You must have 24 hours electricity for your industries to grow. And once your industries are, the industry machines are running, jobs will be created. Taxes will be paid, and on like that. And if you remain consistent like that, the economy will become, you know what I mean, balance. And then it will start improving, and standard of life will be, these things are, they are not rocket science. Or you are not going to get electricity in the next 4 years. Write that one down. But that's how they will be sounding. They will be sounding. But meanwhile, in that same Dubai, it can't be like say nobody know them. I told you, whenever they are going on all these trips, you will think say they are the ones who are hosting the event. City Fnumbu, the demented Kolu. Look at him, probably lost. I don't know. It seems lost, right? See here, look at all the crowd that people you are paying for sleeping in Burj Khalifa in UAE, sleeping in the presidential suits. Look at them. Being no Congo lost. They are now say, please, we are looking for a man. A man is missing. And is 5'2", and he has dementia. He doesn't have his mind all the time anyway. So they call them to come and take pictures. I don't know if some of you have seen this. Remember that whenever Kolu is out there, it is either they will put him at the far end of the group photograph. It's gotten so it's becoming so embarrassing, like why? And sometimes you will see him just standing like somebody will say, nah, all this private security that you hire to be watching as a guard at your meetings, right? In case if you need anything. Or a completely lost person. This time around in Dubai, where they are talking about climate change. Yeah, that's why they were there. Climate change. COP 28 or so. So Kolu, they wanted to take pictures. She Kolu wa Kireni. Is Kolu too small? Is Nigeria this small? I'll show you something first. I'll come back to it.
Your Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished guests, if you wouldn't mind looking towards the media bank all at one time with a big smile, I'd be very grateful. Thank you so much.
She's blocking the president of Nigeria.
Oh, shit.
Sir, she's blocking the president of Nigeria, so can she move a little bit? Thank you.
Do we all have clear?
She's like, excuse me? You are blocking the president of Nigeria. Like, the president of Nigeria is too small for you to see? How can the president of Nigeria be in a room? Of course, that's the king. Okay? The King of England. King Charles. So is the biggest personality in that room, no doubt. But those were other presidents there. Supposed world leaders. President of Nigeria is in a room. And somebody walked in and they just probably felt like he wasn't even there. Do you get what I mean? Like, why? Of course. It can't be like, say, we take things too much. I'll show you again. I'll come back to it again. You see that woman behind King Charles? You see that woman? It's like that woman is asking that, sorry, who are you again? It's me. I'm the Nigeria president. I'm Nigeria president. So, oh, excuse me? Look at that again. Let's get petty.
Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished.
Did you see that? The woman behind King Charles, right? On the right-hand side. She was like, and that's what you do. Sorry, who are you again? I am the Nigeria president. Oh, okay. Let's take pictures. I'll show you again.
Your Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished.
And then the woman that is greeting the king. How could she just not even like, or am I overreacting? Somehow, like, is this not so sort of embarrassing and at the same time so sort of cringing? Like, or is it just me?
Your Majesty, Excellencies, all distinguished guests, if you wouldn't mind looking towards the media bank all at one time with a big smile, I'd be very grateful. Thank you so much.
She's blocking. I'm sorry, she's blocking the president of Nigeria. Oh shit. Sir, she's blocking the president of Nigeria, so can she move a little bit? Thank you.
Do we all have clear?
Awkward. You know, this all the words that comes to your mind, like, oh, awkward, oh, cringy, oh, that's embarrassing, oh, that is insulting. Some of you will feel insulted, like, what? How that's what they do. They always feel, Baba, calm down, Jari. In Yoruba land, there's something called Irinisi Unisonilojo. And I think the English meaning of that is the way you dress is how you are dressed. I'm just saying, I don't know if they are the same. The way you dress is how you are dressed. So if somebody like this, see somebody like this on the street, you know, go to say maybe now one kind of demand that needed carers, or who are these people around him? If you see something like that, not me. I am only trying to put the pieces together, because that's what they were doing in that place. In case if they keep telling you that some people are signing billions, they are signing trillions, they are bringing trillions. The ones they told you 6 months ago, 5 months ago, India, France, Germany, Equatorial Guinea, where else again? Even America, they have not added a penny to your deals. Rather, they've only managed to get money to borrow. And then there's some Bambi alas here and there, where they gave them millions, there 2 million, there 3 million, there, and all of that stuff. What have they been able to bring back? Because that's what they have been doing around there. Just so you know. I don't know why I just wanted you to manage your disappointment, not even your expectation this time around, okay? So talking about expectation and all that, I've been seeing reactions since they played the Tifnumbu's anthem at the National Assembly. Here you get. And a lot of people are beginning to feel like, the journey go long go by the time these people are done with you and all of that. But they have started defending it. And as usual, yeah, they will defend it and until it becomes something that they will tell you, why are you complaining about it? And then it will become something you get punished for not doing. Here you get. But we'll come back to that. Election happened in Kogi. And I have shared the election of Kogi and the reactions to that with you a few times, right? Well, again, one we just up, we say, I don't know if I should say it shocked me or just to say I'm not surprised or not that surprised. Here it is. INEC in Nigeria, the one conducting election. They are also the ones who have the written results before election. Now, when they finish elections and they declare results, now you will be told to go to court. Now, on your way to court, I'm coming.
I'm here this morning to address the press and everybody here that Kogi State is peaceful. The election we had, the INEC conduct free and fair election.
I'm coming back to that. So they will tell you to go to court. Now, you can't really go to court without the document used in conducting the election, because that's what you want to challenge. Then the INEC who conducted the election would now refuse to give you the documents. Then the court will begin to now issue orders to INEC to give you the document they used in conducting the election you participated in. So by the time the INEC finally agrees to give you the documents, it will be too late. So the court will now blame you that you did not submit your evidence in time. And therefore, your case, for technical reason, your case lacks evidence. So you have no case. But the one I haven't seen is to see the young people protested that INEC should not follow the law and they must not release the documents used in conducting the elections in Kogi State. Young people. So in case some of you feels like, our leaders is a problem. These people, our country is cursed with leaders. Nigeria is cursed with so many things. Here you get, not just your leaders. And this is one of them.
I'm here this morning to address the press and everybody here that Kogi State is peaceful. The election we had, the INEC conduct free and fair election. And we want to support what the INEC have done, that everybody should go peace in the society. We don't want problem. A lot of persons or individuals who want to access the INEC material, we don't want such individual to have access to it. What we are saying here today, the election is credible and free and fair. Anybody can go to election and lose. We want the society, the security agency to help us talk to Ajaka. No individual is above the law. He cannot take law into his hand. We heard what he's trying to do to access the INEC office so that he can manipulate his way. Election has come and we have won. APC have won gallantly and the society is peaceful. Yeah. We don't want problem in our society. The security agency, the message is clear. Talk to Ajaka and let him accept defeat. Thank you. My name is Honorable Jimosule.
Young people. The people who are ready to sacrifice not 4, not 8, not 12, not 16, not 20, not 24, not even 28 years of their lives chasing crumbs and defending same, hoping that one of these days they will also cash out. Like, I don't think I'm, like, you know, that prepared for that, right? Anyway, that's from Kogi. Let's go to Abuja, okay? Where Werewike versus the homeowners in Abuja have been slugging it out. Well, first, Iretiki Jibe, that their senator, having a chat with Werewike. Let's start with that.
Honorable Minister, I commend your efforts so far and your boldness, but I also think that your priorities are not people-friendly. Number one, and also certain things. I was on the board of Abuja Investment, of which Abuja Mass Transit is a subsidiary. Those buses, we have done them before, and within a few years, by the time your tenure finishes, all those buses will be dead. In the last 6 years, it was worked on to concession Abuja Mass Transit. Back and forth, FCDA board sat on it. I don't remember the name of the company. They created a committee that recommended to the board to concession those buses. And those people, from what we gather, were going to put smart buses, and they were going to be using CNG. Now, I think that 3 billion could be better used some other way than putting them back in reviving those that, and truthfully, we assessed those buses and we were told just a fraction of them can actually be repaired. So you would actually need to buy fresh buses, which it doesn't make sense to do, to buy petrol buses or diesel buses at this point in time. That's one of my observations. Now, the other one, I want to go to the construction of the Millennium and Cultural Center. Sir, I understand that it's a laudable project if we had the money, but I think that right now, where we are in this country in terms of where the people are, they need more intervention. When these projects are seen being built, it just does not sit well with them because they don't benefit from it. They just see it as things we, the elites, do for our own self-aggrandizement or satisfaction or whatever. I really feel the budget, finishing all those other roads, I commend you, but those two projects, the cultural center and the rehabilitation of the buses, I would like you to do a rethink on them.
We did not award it.
Did you get that? This was like them having conversation around their budget. You understand where Werewike want to build Vice President's house with 15 billion naira. Okay? They want to spend billions of naira to renovate old buses that were already like mismanaged. They wanted to build an arcade or something like that in Abuja with 4 billion. Okay? And there she was like, man, I mean, why don't you concentrate on things that have immediate benefit? We commend you on the road. We commend you. Anyway, I'm sorry, you have to listen to Werewike at this part. There's another one.
I really feel the budget, finishing all those other roads, I commend you, but those two projects, the cultural center and the rehabilitation of the buses, I would like you to do a rethink on them.
We did not award this job. We cannot allow projects awarded by government to be abandoned. That's a waste of funds itself. You mean we started the project, spent about 40 billion, and then we'll abandon the project? That is not a priority. Cultural center for tourism, for even our own children to go and see. Most of us will travel overseas and go to the museum, cultural center. Oh, look at how this is, look at what this is. I think that is a priority for this country. It is a priority. And it's a revenue source for the country. It's a revenue source for the country. I do not, with all due respect, I do not agree that this is not a priority. If we can spend, if we will go and spend 40 billion naira starting a project, then midway, we come back to abandon that is not a priority. That is not correct. It's not only rich people that will go and visit those areas. It's not correct. You take school children to go and see the area. Some of them will tell their parents, we want to go there and see this and look at this. And anything that will create money for government cannot be something that is not a priority. Two, you talk about buses. I want to also inform. You see, government has a responsibility. If you want us first to say concession, people ask, yes, you can do concession, or you can allow PPP, have an arrangement of PPP. But before that, what have you done? The mere fact that there was an administration that he failed yesterday does not mean that this one.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
But he's fighting for his own continue. His priority. What do you mean it's not priority? It's tourism. All of now when they look for money where you wanna go take feed. Your children will just have to come and say they want to go to the National Theatre. I want to go to Silverbed. How many of our children, if you tell you they won't go Silverbed? Let's be honest. How many of you told your parent that you want to go to? I'm not saying it's not good. Do you get that? But concentrating on the roads, infrastructures, and like that, with the scarce resources, they will go a long way. Than for the children of the elite to be rich, to be able to go to the Abuja National Theatre, the national whatever. But Alaye he said he didn't award the contract, so he has to complete it. Here you get. We cannot say it's not priority. It must be priority. In 2010, they said Goodluck Egbere Jolantan awarded the construction of a new vice presidential house, vice presidential villa for 7 billion naira. So Jonathan has paid 5 billion, remaining 2 billion. But the project no pass foundation. So with a wiki, want to make sure they complete it now that they have reassessed it. It's going to cost Abuja people 15 billion naira. So you cannot tell him it's not priority. But where are you going to get the money from? All of them go pay, including all of them will say you have been landlords in Abuja 10, 20, 30 years, no matter how. You have your CFO and the rest of that's your business. So Tinubu has given them the authority to go ahead and cancel your CFO if you don't pay 3.5 million naira to recertify your CFO. Una go pay. But it be like some people can't take them personal here. Mr. Minister, Wikes was like, when I'm talking, you don't talk. Listen to this.
Honorable colleagues, before we round up our meeting, Honorable Minister, there is a request from one of my leaders with the issue of estate certification. Estate certification in Abuja that we knew previously, certificates are given according to areas. Payment on certificates on estates should be done according to areas. For instance, somebody that occupies a 3-bedroom in Gorimpa and a 3-bedroom in Maitama, if you put a flat rate for you to pay, I think there won't be any justice there. So I'm coming on, Minister. I remember when I was staying in a flat in Musetu, one of my friends stays in Kubo would pay a different fee to this certificate. So I think you should look at it, you should tell your tax force, look at the payments. Somebody residing in Asokoro, somebody residing in Maitama, somebody residing in Musetu, fine, they can pay what you said. But if you are residing down Guaripa, it will be very difficult. Please, Honorable Minister, look and review your. Okay.
CFO is not based on 1-bedroom flat. CFO is not based on 5-bedroom. CFO is CFO. What you pay differently is ground rent. In ground rent, what you pay here is not what by the size. That's what ground rent is based on the size of the land. Application. No. But let me say that. If you say so, you may live in a one-bedroom flat today, they give you share for tomorrow, clean down the house and build a 5-bedroom house.
Okay, Honorable Minister. In CFOs, in an offer, they normally give anybody. You see, the bill they give him for payment of CFO from Maitama differ from the bill they give him to pay for CFO in Kubo from the same FCT.
No, I don't see that.
Yes.
This is my job, you know. My job.
Let them deny. See your ears here.
They have no powers to speak. I am the boss. Yes. So what I've told you is what the FCT does. You don't enter what I'm saying. The problem with we have met with stakeholders. We met with stakeholders. So it was not a decision taken alone by FCT. The task force proposed something. So we took the time hall meeting where developers and those who bought were all there. Of course, argument and argument. So we have reduced it back to that. And you know, this law, even if you put it 1 naira, some people will still say reduce it. You didn't know what it costs us now. With the security features we have to print one CFO. What will it cost us to put in security features in one person's CFO? What will it cost us to operate? And it don't be done by security. So it's not about going to anybody to go and print CFO. So you know.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Do you hear that? It is not about what the FCT authority says. It is about what I say. Then he started toasting them with, do you know how much it cost us to put security on your CFO? PayPal, CFO na PayPal, government document that you can now have this big stamp and just be like, and punch it and make it original. Here you get government paper we be saying when you print them, if you want print security inside, you want put one line in inside, you can put out, that's it. But what really happened is that it's not the papers that matter. It is the document on government file that matters, which mostly should be online and accessible to everyone anyway. But he started toasting them with, we have reduced. That was when they were discussing on reducing. Let the people who are there, the real government civil servants who are there, let them talk. This is how it's done. And all of that, and there are actually like what do you call it? Some laws that back that, and it was like, let them deny it, because I know they cannot talk. They don't talk when I'm talking. That's what he meant. I'm the boss. I've told you, I'm the law. I'm the like the emperor. He's the governor of Abuja, as they will say. We'll leave Abuja. Come down small, which is come down south, where Shehu first. You know something about criminal politicians in Nigeria that really sort of doesn't really baffle me anymore, but it's sort of makes me angry, or I don't know, or indifferent. I don't know, because it's so tricky. It's fraudulent. When they are having elections, they will be sharing okadas, that is motorcycles. Then after elections, they will now ban commercial motorcycles and they will start taking them away. So, and it's always like that every 4 years like that. So they caught this in Lagos. some people say, oh, my ego is there, so dangerous, is for security reason. I agree with you. I'm just trying to say, isn't that madness? That the same people who actually gathered to take Okada from these politicians before election, and after election, they will take it from them under different disguise and all that. It's like the devil giving you something and then taking something from you again. Because when they take the bikes from them, they leave them with what you now see around today, the depression and all of that stuff. This man said, since Tinubu became your president, more people you now have more lunatics on the street. Do you remember him? Bismarcky. He said more people are now mad in Lagos since Kalu became your president. Or you think it's only in Lagos? You just need to see what it is like to survive in Solu Dumps, Anambra, Onitsha to be precise. Have you been there? No? Oh, let me show you what life is like. Every day in the States, led by a supposed former central bank governor, a professor, Nigeria, Oti44 fancy. We'll stop at Onitsha a bit, talking about a place there, a country that Oti44 gate, for Igba fancy. Watch this.
Ndị nọ n'ọpụ iwe ka sị na ha na-ewepụtara ha by gọvanọ n'ọsọ Ludo wepụtara afa ha sị na ha na-ejide ndị na-ga-esi n'elu wee cross ifefa na-eme bụ akpọpụta gị ha ga-eji aka ha krọsọ gị eti gị na moto buru gị gaa na holiday resort ewe ka esi mee ha before ha kwụsị ịrụ ọrụ mana according to information on ground we were able to know that na somebody a na-akpọ Igbo eze enyere anti-touting, they in charge anti-touting. No, ya ka hana work under. And we are rightly told na hana settle there every morning, hana settle there every day. And then what they are doing to our people here is very, very bad. It's very uncalled for. They will take you from this place and take you to holiday. This is Opiweka, opposite. This is pedestrian bridge Opiweka, opposite Chisco, opposite Chisco. Ndị be anyị na-abịa n'afịa fa na-emefe ahụ ma ndị na-abata abata ịwọchi ga-apụta young guy na-akụ akpa n'ebe a ha na-ekwu okwu. Yes, that guy na ha ga-ebute moto kịta tinye ya na moto buru ya gaa holiday resort. So ebe awa ka a na-eji ukwu awa people ha ruo ebe a ha ga-asa achị gị everything iji ha ga-take care from you. Ijide godo ego ha ga-ransack ya, ijide ATM ha ga-eme kichọ ha na ya na akaụntụ gị fụ na nnukwu ego dị ya. They will just collect every fucking damn thing from you. Then open a nnukwu ego adị ya ị ga-anọ ebe a kpọọ mmadụ ime transfer. Failure to do that ị ga-anọ ebe a so m ga-echere ka ha bute moto ha ji abịa eburu ndị mmadụ ka iwe nwee ike fụ ya. Ị na-anya fụ na ọ dịcha clear maka anọ mfa wee na-ebido ndewo ka our PM biko ka ị na-eba ihe anya ife adịgo too much. Ha na-ezuzu ndị be anyị ochi nke a na-abata Disemba ndị be anyị anwụkwa na-agwụ ụmụnna anyị ga-achige obodo ebe tere aka bata ha batagide ruo ebe anọ ebe arọ ọbụọ ha this guy na-ewọchi fụnọ transfer ka ọ na-achọ ime na fon ya etu a ka a na-esi eme ndị be anyị ebe a m ga-echere ka ebute ha bute shọtụ ha na-eji wee abịa krọsị ndị mmadụ ka efe ya ọfụma.
So the thought as they are as authoritative as the government. So that's what they do there. They obtain people, they extort people, that's the word. And these are touts who can stop you, search you, bill you if you are a driver, you know what I mean, like tax you like the Agbiru and all of that. And unfortunately, they said majority of them actually have the authority of Soludombu. Are you with me? And that's what like everyday life of some. So if you are in Lagos and you're like, man, you just need to visit so many other places and see what people are being subjected to. When you look at Nigeria problem, when you look at Tinubu and the APC, and you look at Nigeria problem, Nigeria problem is too. Now I want you to kind of imagine Nigeria problem in 36 places. and tell me that you will still believe that Nigeria go make am. How? Not this way. Trust me. And with this division, the confusion here and there, Shehu himself, Shehu Kuti, has added his own voice to the now who founded Lagos. Every time I see their views, I'm going to share them with you. Remember, Shehu's view is Shehu's view. And I want you to listen.
That it is not acceptable. Like when they shout, Lagos is Igboland, Yoruba land. Lagos is white man. Go to Ministry of Land in Lagos. See what Yoruba people, how many percentage of Lagos do Yoruba people own? How much of the land? How much of the? Go and look at it. The whole Nigeria. How much? Look at your oil industry. Who is controlling it? It's there. They hide it in plain sight. It is hidden in plain sight. Eco Hotel. That's the most expensive real estate in the whole Lagos. Who owns it? Is it you? Have you seen Eco Hotel real estate? Now, Eco Atlantic is an extension of Eco Hotel owned by the same foreigners. Is it you that own it? You don't own anything in your country. Look at your the phones you use. MTN is South Africa. I wouldn't be happy if it was white South Africa, black South Africa. But MTN is still white South Africa. It's still the Europeans that are dominating our brothers in South Africa that own it, bring their money that they've stolen from our own brothers there to come and steal our own money again in Nigeria. Airtel, is it from your country? Nine mobile. Now basically we take and pay now. We 80 sellers. Give us dirty slap. Carry all our money wrong. Go to your oil business. The upstream where the money of the oil business is. How many of your countrymen operate in the upstream sector? How many of them compete with Shell and Chevron and Mobil and Texaco and ELF and all these huge European companies and BP all draining Nigeria's oil? All your farming in Nigeria, go and look at it. Who do you think they are farming for? They are farming to export. They are all subsidiaries of European companies. Go to your banks, the banks in Nigeria, all these big banks, go and look at the shareholders of their bank. How many percentage of those banks do they own? Go and look at it. I know for a fact that Carlyle Group is the majority shareholder in Access Bank. It came out when Access Bank acquired Diamond Bank that the Carlyle Group was angry, and they wrote a letter exposing that they were the majority shareholders. That how dare this company, how can they do the merger without taking permission from them first? Basically, that was what the letter was about. That why would they do the merger without their permission first? Imagine these Oyibos coming to tell us that we shouldn't rescue ourselves financially. Anyway, that's another story entirely. Where is it? What do you own? Absolutely nothing. In the country, we're all shouting, Igbo is this, Yoruba is that. Hausa. We own nothing. And these elites, these politicians, they are willing, this little 20 to 30% that they are allowed to control in their own country. They are happy with it because it allows them to send their children to Europe and America to buy the best houses, to buy the best cars, that Oyibo make with the money, buy the best houses in the Oyibo land, keep the money in the Oyibo bank. You know, it allows them to access whiteness.
So Shehu came and he broke the table of bigotry, tribalism, ethnicism. He asked all of us, genuinely, what do we own? That you were born as either Hausa Fulani, as Yoruba or Igbo. What do you really think you own? Personally, in Nigeria of today, like genuinely. And then you realize that your ethnicism, your tribalism, your bigotry, your religious fanaticism, none of this is going to pay your bill. or feed you per se, other than to feed the lifestyle of the elite who enjoys this division so much. Igbo versus Yoruba, Yoruba versus Hausa, Hausa versus Fulani, and the rest of that. If you look around, our commonwealth have been mortgaged. The resources on our land and under our land, they have been mortgaged. They are not owned by us. And that is why the wealth of the land is not seen in the lives of the indigenous people, the people of the land. Now, when you begin to ask yourself, what do we own? Go, self. What exactly? That's when you realize that, what do you call it? Your ethnicism, tribalism, and all those things that a lot of you want to use as supremacy and better pass you stuff are pointless, useless. So Tosheun, until when you can really have a real connection to that same land, your ancestral land, where you have real connection. The real connection means that you are connected with the wealth of your land, and it reflects in your lives. Until then, everybody just brag on empty brag. Last. She already said that place is not reformable. Reform Nigeria. In Shore's words, though.
I'm a lawyer too, by way of how many times I've been in and out of. But the serious matter here is that the Nigerian situation, I will say lastly, has gone beyond reform. All this one we want to reform. This is an unreformable system. Not let anybody deceive you. And there's no amount of conferences you can hold and seminars and workshops that can reform the electoral system in Nigeria. It's impossible, because the system in the first place was not designed to hold elections. It was designed to select people into power from within the political class that has been holding this country to ransom since 1960 and beyond. Except we are ready. Nothing will change. Thank you very much.
We are saying solidarity. We are singing solidarity forever. We shall always fight for.
Àtisẹ́tẹ́ àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́ àtisẹ́tẹ́ tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́ àtisẹ́tẹ́ kágbádé fáláre kágbẹ̀bí fáláre àtisẹ́tẹ́ adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó àtisẹ́tẹ́ òdìlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò àtisẹ́tẹ́ èdò gbówó ń tẹ́
àtisẹ́tẹ́. Thank you very much. And to all the viewers, I am going to take calls. Okay, I'm going to take calls. But first, I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea. And when I get back, I will take calls. And if you want to call in and be part of this, the number is right there on your screen, okay? And it's mostly WhatsApp calls as well. Prayer Docent, thank you very much, ma'am, for your message. She does that every month, you know. You know, when people ask, how can we support you, Mayegun? And I'm like, well, apart from the fact that you are regularly sharing my videos and liking the videos as well, right? Engaging with my videos. The other thing you can do, like extra is, because I call that extra, okay, is when you use my PayPal to support me. When you subscribe as a member of my YouTube channel, where you're like a monthly, member and all that, you are supporting me. But everyone who actually tune in every night is most important. And that's the most important support, okay? So thank you, Prayer Docent. Thank you, my brother Kalu Okpara. Thank you. And thanks to some of you who always reach out as well, okay? I will be back. Remember, like this broadcast before you go, okay? And when I get back, I am going to pick calls after. I'll be right back. Thank you very much. And I think I have a caller. If he's still there, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here, my good general.
The Prince Ijele, representing IPOB for life.
For life, Baba. Respect. Thank
How are
you so
today,
much.
the Prince?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well too. Thanks for asking. And happy new month to everyone, by the way.
Yeah, to you and to everyone on Temple of Truth. I hail everybody.
Thank you.
Baba, well done, well done. Yeah, Tikano Mike is really getting the points, the target.
Thank
you. You know, we appreciate you, Baba. Keep up the good work.
I will. The Prince.
Our freedom is sure. Everything don't propose. Yeah. No going back. It's Biafra. I don't do one nation. You know.
That's right.
Because we know that there are still remnants, no matter how the situation be. Remnants still there. You know, and we are not shifting ground until the needful is done. Everybody, we are going nowhere with this terrorism. No country that can survive with terrorism. You know, because as we are talking and talking, there's nothing is changing. So why are we wasting our time? It's time to break up this nonsense and save lives, precious lives that is still available. My good general, my Tiala, I saw you showed us my Tiala yesterday. You know, they've put in another chameleon cloth this time around.
They are now called Northern Consensus Movement, whatever that means.
Consensus madness. That is a new chameleon cloth they are putting on. You see? When I was looking at the program, I was watching your program yesterday. You know, I was off and on due to some engagement.
Yeah, okay.
And I saw that, part. I say, I call my brother beside. I say, can you see madness? You know, when I say can you hear story that these people are talking? How can you say you are doing food blockage? Nobody instigate you. Nobody force you to do food blockage. Use you that decided you want to do food blockage. And you now brought you implemented your food blockage. Nobody was holding you.
That's right.
The food now that you did food blockage on your own, not that anybody, Nigerians forced you. The government did not force you. No ethnic group that say your life or your land. Nobody forced you. It's you that just wake up in the morning with your madness as usual. You said to us that you want to do food blockage. Everybody so welcome. You are welcome. Start it.
Go ahead. Do
you
it.
Started. You started it. Then at the end of the day, the thing you implement now backfired. All your food now got spoiled. Now you are now telling Nigerians that they should bring the taxpayers' money.
Compensation. But it's not just for the food, though. They said they lost over 300 vehicles.
They even included the Nigerian Army, both police. They are even speaking on behalf of the government, non-state actor, Mayegu General. They are even speaking on behalf of Nigerian Army and police and every group of terrorists. They are speaking for them, both official and unofficial. Yeah, and DSS didn't see them.
Declaring
Nobody
war
sees
on
them.
the people of southern Nigeria.
Nobody sees them. You understand? Let Igbo talk. Let Nana cannot talk. IPOB. We see Nigeria and everybody will jump out. They will jump out from their window everywhere they are. Started to issue statements.
Sure, you get.
We are looking at them. We are looking at them with their madness. Mayegu, now they want us to bring the taxpayers' money from the alcohol that is Aramo in the north, where their conscientious madness is originating from.
It is the alcohol that is haram. It is not the naira.
The haram money that is coming from the taxpayers' money, the beer we would swallow from the south, we now give them 4.7 billion.
You want me to tell you something, Prince Jeje man? Even though something that just came to my mind now, which I forgot in my presentation, is talking about hypocrisy. I don't know if a lot of people have heard it now. That you remember that Intel, Atiku's company, that was collecting revenue at the Apapa ports, that Buhari sacked. Yeah, Buhari sacked them in 2017, 2 years after. Sorry, it was up to 2 years. 2 years after they made Buhari president, right? They removed Intel, and Atiku is a part owner of Intel. Okay, so in 2019 or 2020. Atiku sold 17% of that his own shares in Intel. Guess who bought it? Guess who bought it, Prince? Who do you think who bought the shares, Atiku's shares in Intel?
I don't know, my ego general.
Tinubu.
Now the same terrorist group.
Now Tinubu buyer. So now that Tinubu is the president, in August this year, Tinubu reinstated Intel to start taking revenue again at the Apapa seaports. Here you get. So tell me about hypocrisy. Some people are just right there dancing. This is if you check, continue talking now. If you check your screen, you go see the government issued document reinstating the Atiku's company, who is now partner with Tinubu, and now is back collecting revenue at the Apapa wharf. Continue, please.
Mayego, thank you for opening our eye. Thank you for opening our eye. Let them continue in their terrorism. On a final note, Mayego General, what I want to tell the wig carrier, the Supreme Court judges, their problem is the Fulani enhancement, terrorism, and terrorists. Not Nnamdi Kanu, not IPOB. It's very clear to every Nigerian. Now, the United Nations told them, leaving Nnamdi Kanu, gave them 6 months. They thought that the world is foolish. Now it's going to 3 years. They are still holding in Nnamdi Kanu. I want them to know that if they have any image at all to redeem, out of 2023 election, which have destroyed their image, both local and international. No investor who is ahead is his head is correct that will come to Nigeria to invest what in a crime scene where you cannot get anything called justice. Yeah, it's only a terrorist investor that will go there and begin to invest. Now we are telling them, free Nnamdi Kanu. That is the only thing that can give them any kind of image at all. Because
and I bet you they are working on it. 4 days, just 4 days to follow your advice or continue to hold him. Trust me, 4 days.
So,
we expect them to free Nnamdi Kanu and or give us another excuse. And I hope not, by the way. Thank you, Prince. Let me take another call. Okay.
Thank you, Jare.
You
God
have a good
you.
evening there, right?
Carry
That's
on,
Prince Jejema. Prince. Here. Another caller. Hello.
Thank you, Prince. Let me take another call. Thank you, Jare. God bless you.
You might need to mute the broadcast. You have been connected. If that is possible, please. Let's speak on the phone.
Hello.
Hello there. You will need to walk away from that room or mute it so that you and I can talk on the phone.
I've muted it.
Nice one, Baba. How are you this evening?
Okay. I'm fine.
Great.
I'm a first time caller.
I can tell.
I was I was in Glasgow 2 years ago, August, for Legalized Party. I wanted to see
Legalize.
you,
okay.
but you didn't come. Yeah, you didn't come to the party.
I know.
My name is Tyson. My name is Tyson.
Thank you very much. I bet even Lega may be watching and all of that.
Yeah.
You from him.
Just actually. So actually, I really. Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Yeah, I really love your courage. I'm telling you. I was in the student union when I was in school. You understand? So I gave up on Nigeria since 2012. What you are doing, I can't do it. I gave up on Nigeria. I gave up on Nigerians. Not only Nigeria, even Nigerians.
11 years
because
ago.
my father was in the army. My father was in the army, the 69 and all those old NE. My father retired as a major in 1979. Also, went into politics. I was boy.
Right. Our boys.
Our men. So I've seen both sides. I grew up in it. I've lived in so many barracks and everything. I grew up in this thing. I've realized for a long time that there's no country called Nigeria.
God bless you.
I live in the UK, but that's why I don't even put my mind there that there's a country called Nigeria. That's why anytime I listen to even my kids, it's like a virus to them now. When I'm going in the car, you understand, taking them for football or anything, I'm always listening to Mayegu, maybe the recorded one, or sometimes they are looking at me because they are not used to this Nigerian. They are looking what Daddy always listening to in this. What's going on? But one of them asked me one day. I said, "It's because my country." Whenever I looked at it, Mayegu, the major thing. I love your courage. I'm telling you.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you.
I can't waste my time on Nigeria. I can't waste 1 minute. On Nigeria.
If somebody wants to talk about who are those who are mostly loyal to a country than the military, and you probably witnessed how all of that also degenerated. Meanwhile, when it comes to the political side as well, you saw the good time and you saw how things also degenerated. Now, if somebody's going to ask about experience, you are a very good example of those who should tell us. Like, listen, guys, listen. Whatever you are doing right now is not new. There are people who have done them in history.
Mayegu, let me tell you, it's they just change the narration. You just change the narration. The narration is, when the military was there,
yes, sir,
the politicians were using the military to front. I don't understand the situation. The politicians
when I discovered this, sir, when I discovered this, that there is no military coup that succeeded in Nigeria without the military sponsoring it.
Thank you. So those Arishekola, Abiola, all of them, Dantata, all of those people, they were using the military, you understand, to front. Now, the military now had an opportunity now. They are now using the politicians to front. 90% of the oil taken out of Nigeria is aided by the military now.
Yes.
So the military are now sitting back. We are not talking about the military anymore. Everybody is focusing on the politicians now. Unfortunately, it is the military that is milking it more than the politicians. But the military prefer to remain in that status quo. They don't want to. Let me tell you something.
So when the military were there, people were calling on the civilians. Civilians should come and save us.
Civilians, thank you.
Now people are calling. They are calling military to come and save us now.
Military will not come back.
Dear man.
Military will not come back. Hey. Military will not come back. Don't deceive yourself.
Because they are businessmen now. Wait,
I have cousins. I have brothers in the military. Up to Major General.
Wow.
One day I asked a question. I say, I think it's the military that should. He told me point blankly, coup can never happen in Nigeria again. Nigeria has gone beyond coup. It will never happen because the military are comfortable now. Nobody's talking about the military.
Nobody's pointing fingers at them. Buratai bought properties in Dubai. Somebody who happened to be a military officer. He bought properties in Dubai for his family, and nobody can say pim. They say it's a snake merchant.
Look at the supplementary budget. Look at the supplementary budget. It went to defense this thing, defense that, and everything. Is that not where it went to?
That's it.
But we are shouting on Tinubu yacht. Oh, Tinubu yacht. That's what we are concentrating on.
That's right.
All of that money that went to the defense budget, where are they going to?
Over 400 billion naira.
Dasuki that did it first. Where is Dasuki now? You understand? So it's the military. They will never come back because they are comfortable.
They are.
They are comfortable. So whether you talk from now till tomorrow, there's no country called Nigeria. We are just wasting time.
Baba.
Let's just keep our fingers crossed and just hope that something happens one day. Nobody's going to sit down to discuss anything. If anybody goes, the worst thing, my ego, haven't you noticed?
Yes, sir.
No single person. When we were in uni, when we were in school, when we were in uni, during the military era, we were doing a looter, facing the gun.
Yes.
You understand? But now that is evil politicians. Nobody's. No, look at the whole of Nigeria. No single person
on your mandate. That's what they are singing now.
Nobody's even coming out to speak. Do you know the time of the military? Wale Soyinka, all of them came out.
Long, sir. I witnessed it. It got to a stage that one of the advice your parents will give you when you are leaving home is that please don't go and join them in protest.
Don't go there, thank you.
Don't go and join them in this. So as I'm sending you to this school, please.
Look at it now. Even the elder statesmen, nobody's even talking. Nobody's. It's a total charade. Nobody will talk. Nobody's talking.
People actually push back themselves. There is no way out.
Thank you. No way out. No way out. It's been captured, like you rightly said.
Yes, sir.
It's a state capture.
People will understand that better in the next few years. What state capture simply mean?
It simply means it's captured. So there's nothing anybody can do. That's why you could see all those Wale Soyinka, all of them. They won't talk. They are not going to talk.
No.
Because they are part of this thing. They are not going to talk.
No.
They are not going to talk. Everybody's in this thing. So they are not going to talk. The only thing is just, you see, I love your courage as I'm saying it again. Baba, you are trying to. I cannot sit down. I cannot sit down.
Do you know that because a lot of people like yourself, right? Continue to remind me that what you are doing, what you are not telling everyone is that I am doing all of this at a cost. And that cost is if I leave this room and tomorrow morning I say, hi, Lagos, a lot of you will go into panic mode for the next few hours, the next few days. Like, he's in Lagos, so he's now in Nigeria. Oh my God, he's there. Is he still there? And all of that stuff. That's some cost that personally eats me deeper. This wasn't my plan when I left Nigeria. I thought one day I will be able to
I've been
actually go back
watching
to my
you. I've been
family and all
watching.
of that.
Yeah.
But look at it.
I've been watching you since we were doing it on the bicycle. When you put up the camera, you'll be riding the street of what's it called, Glasgow. This is this. I've been watching you since then. I normally say to myself that this guy, me, I can't do all this. Me, see, once it comes to, let me tell you something. Once it comes to Nigeria, once I hear that name, whether from somebody near me or anything, I just move away.
Wow. You just switch off like that.
It's like I just move away. I just switch off. Even if I see you, you want to smile to me, I can see you. Oh, it's a Nigerian. I just go. It's like I just switch away.
Please, I just don't want to be troubled.
Just blind myself. Because it's like everybody's in it.
Everyone,
including the people, the ruled and the ruler. Everybody's in it. Everybody's just waiting for that point or that time. Their own turn. It's like a open house. You understand? Without door. Everybody just goes in now. Pick chair, pick table, pick television. Everybody's just picking. So it's not gonna get. I'm telling you, if they say they should repeat the election tomorrow,
they will do it
tomorrow,
or even worse.
They will do it again.
Yes. And they will tell you that, I told people, I said, even if they start, if you think they have learned their lesson about this tribal, this religious, that, and all of that played out here, no, then that means you have not been paying attention. If they call another election tomorrow, it will be worse than the last one. It will be worse. You begin to wonder, like, is there really something wrong with people? Well, there's a lot wrong with us.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you for doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for God will continue to bless you. God will continue to protect you.
Thank you. But
so me, I can't stick out my neck for this.
Don't worry, I'll be doing the talking on your behalf, okay? And
all right, thank you very much.
I'll continue to help you in a way handle it, because there's no way we can escape from it. You know that yourself.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. You have a good one.
It hurts a lot. It hurts me.
Does.
It hurts me. It hurts me. But
they don't understand.
Yeah, it hurts me a lot because what do we do?
Abi?
Thank you very much.
And you too, sir. Thank you. You see, there is something people need to understand. This whole thing is, it means so much to so many people, and it hurts differently as well. Nigeria has done us so much wrong, and until you talk about it, you will never understand the solutions people are proposing. Break it up to save life. It's not a threat. It's just because whatever is left of Nigeria, let's save it, which is the people. Hello there.
Hello, hi, my good evening.
How are you, sir? Good evening.
I'm very well. Yeah. Just want to chip in my 2 cents because it seems like everybody has just given up and nobody's talking. Like the last caller, I don't know where, I don't want to attack him, but what I just want to tell him is that he should speak from his own ignorance. He claims that his cousins, his relative are major generals. If the coup that is going to happen in Nigeria is surely will happen. People are not stupid. Nobody's going to lie for the next 4 years, and these rooks will be oppressing us. It's going to happen.
You can take power by propaganda. You cannot run a country or rule a country successfully by propaganda.
Exactly, and then you can and to put the record straight, if there's going to be any strike for the military, it's not going to be the pot-bellied people that are already full. It's going to be, and this time, I'm afraid it's going to be a bloody one because these guys are going to take a lot of people out.
Now, do you know one thing I want you to also quickly look at from the word you used, ignorance, right? That may be a sort of a wrong choice of word in addressing what that last caller said. Let me explain, okay? See, he's saying something about from his experience. What I deduced from what he said was that from his own experience as a family military, somebody from the military family, he could tell that there was no successful military coup that took place without the involvement of the civilians. Do you get that now? And same thing now, when you have all these civilians who are running amok, they are able to do all of this, tame the people with the support of the military. So what he's saying right now is that back in the days, right? Back in the days, you could easily pick up at the, this disgruntled. But he later realized that they're actually working hand in hand. So if we are expecting a coup right now, where civilians and the military,
Perhaps you didn't hear. Okay, perhaps you're not paying attention to what I was saying respectfully. What I'm trying to say is that these are not the boys that are involved in the chop I chop thing. These are people that are normal military officers that have nothing to lose. Listen, if I work for MI5 right now, me and you will live in the UK. Do you think I will tell you? I might be even a postman or working somewhere. I will not tell you.
You won't. You are not even allowed to.
Obviously, I will not tell you. It's undercover. So if I'm in the military and I'm planning a coup, I know that a coup is up. Do you think I'm going to say to jeopardize?
We never even know until it happens or it fails. We never know a coup.
One day we just wake up and all that. We hear fellow Nigerians and all that. We say, it don't happen. No, listen. People should not just give up on Nigeria. Look, I'm seeing your Nigerians and avoiding them. I don't understand where he's coming from because not everybody.
That could be a figure of speech too. You know, when people say something in a way that they will just be like,
But what I'm saying is that all of us should start taking responsibility from our own little way because you've been doing your stuff. You've been doing your stuff even before it became worse as this. Let everybody do their own stuff and all that. When you see somebody bigot from your village, call him out. Find out your friend is a bigot. There are a lot of people that have cut off from the election. They showed their true self and all that. I don't talk to them anymore. I've deleted. Why? What have we got to do? When you call people,
relate to those negative energies.
Yeah, you find you are calling an apparent evil good and all that. Then what have we got to talk about and all that? You look at Tinubu, everything he says all the time and all that is all lies. They will tell you they've done this, and it will turn out to be a big fat lie. So anybody that is still supporting this government, they still need their head examined. We have not forgotten the mandate was stolen. The mandate was stolen. The judiciary has been captured with money and all that. These are the two main people that are holding us bound: the APC crooks and the judiciary, the military and all that. The people that are going to do this job, they will take their time. They will take their time. It's not going to be the fat, big pot-bellied thing.
Generous.
Yeah. See those guys that's been dying endlessly and all that. Do you think they don't have needlessly? Do you think they don't have colleagues? Do you think they are happy? Remember that helicopter crash near Niger? Do you think they don't have colleagues and all that? Some colleagues. Do you think they are happy? Do you think they are happy to be saluting and calling a drug dealer, a perjurer, ticket forger,
or commander-in-chief?
They are commander-in-chief. Do you think they're happy? They're not happy. See, listen, everybody should just chill. We'll keep on putting pressure.
We should never
until it happens. I know that. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's just all I'm just going to say.
I like your optimism, Baba. You see, your spirits, right? That's one thing that I love on Mayegun's Diary Politico, okay? You just see the perspective where you're bringing it from. You are practically giving us possibilities. And you are giving instances that are really, really practicable. Do you get that now? And I like that. I do. So some people become like optimistic, like it's true, cool. Nobody will tell us they are planning coup until it happens or it fails.
Yeah, because we keep on saying break up Nigeria, let Biafra go, let Otua go. Listen, you guys, everybody should just listen and get it in your skull. These people, it serves them best for us to be together. Nobody is going to give you Biafra in this current arrangement, this criminal arrangement. Nobody is going to give you a republic. Nobody is going to give you anything. It serves their purpose for us to be together so that they will keep raping us and abusing everybody. It's just the only way we can get these criminals out is by force, unfortunately, and possibly blood is going to flow. It's just as simple as that. Revolution is not a passive word. It's a very dynamic word. It's action. So let us just listen. So
we should be responsible. We shouldn't give up simply because we feel like, you know what I mean? We should continue because we have no idea what others are doing that they are not even telling us. So I like that. We'll leave it at that, Baba.
So I know a lot of people will be saying, who is this madman that is talking and all that? But listen,
they will just say somehow disagree.
No, No, people that know stuff don't talk and all that. You know, the thing is that one day we will wake up. It might be
we just see the
a week
breaking
from today.
news. But you know one funny things about Nigerians, You know one funny things about Nigerians, right? Yeah. Where your perspective, your optimism, right, which is quite credible, okay? Some that are gonna say, hey, we'll be this one again, get this one out, right? All of us, by the time we wake up tomorrow morning and say, gang, fellow Nigerians, you'll begin to see professionals in how military always plan their coup. They'll begin to open their cameras. They'll begin to tell us that they knew about the coup. They knew about that. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
The next coup that is going to happen is not just going to be your ordinary coup. You see that there will be anyway. Let me not even say much.
All right, so you don't begin to sound like somebody who is Nostradamus of our time. We'll leave it at that. I believe your own position is credible. Until it happens, nobody can say you have no idea of what you're talking about. So, Baba, thank you. Okay. Take it easy as well, right? And I am going to get another person on. Here. Hello there.
Hi, Uncle Mayego Beatrice.
Hey, my lady. Our lady Beatrice. How are you tonight, ma'am?
I thank God. I decided to rest my head before this Nigerian story will kill me, you know.
No, you shouldn't let them get to you. I think we had a chat around that a while back, that don't let it get to you. I know it happens to all of us differently. You understand? And that is why you have to watch Mayegu, so that you can possibly put your thought and everything in a single place that at least gives you control before you go to bed.
My children are warning me, Mommy, stop watching anything. Don't let this.
You need to.
Anyway, I just
yes, ma'am.
Concerning, because I just switched on not up to 5 minutes ago. So
you came in late.
I was out, but I saw the headline that the Igbos should be allowed to go.
Okay.
So I don't know if that is the topic of discussion.
It is. But there is, it's a resurfaced presser given by the Northern Elders Forum 2 years ago, asking that if the Igbos want to leave, no, but Nigeria should not stop or sort of be on their path of leaving, but they should just let them, go on, man.
You know what bothers me about the whole Igbo issue? If Obi was the one who went to America to look for Tinubu's history, maybe they would have killed all of us before even Obi is back to Nigeria.
They would have probably developed an idealistic war that will give an excuse.
Igbo's Obi has nothing to do with it. And I just want to remind them that the slow motion of the tiger or the lion, it's not weakness. It's a calculated, what do they call it? A calculated attempt. You cannot be calling Igbos all kinds of names. They didn't do anything against you. Everybody knows what you are doing. People are not blind. Even the blind can hear from others. Yeah, they are doing okay. If I saw, I don't know whether it's on your program or somewhere else, where somebody who is supposed to be the first lady of Nigeria was boasting in Yoruba, I'm a Jogun Igbo. I'm a Jogun Yini.
I trust in you. We don't trust you, Igbo.
I felt so disappointed in that woman. Even though
it was the 2019 election in Lagos as well. That was when Buhari was going for second term. And that was that video. I had it earlier, but deleted it.
This is a recent thing. She's boasting.
It's not recent. It's been a while. Okay. People just brought it back. When conversation pop up online, sometimes some old videos pop back.
Everybody knows that her husband does not enjoy one Nigeria. He said it before. You understand?
He didn't believe in it.
And he did not win our election. He's not Nigerian elected leader.
No.
Everything, he's destroying the economy. If he likes, let him go underground and suck all the oil in Igboland, in the south and everywhere.
If he will be satisfied.
If he will still not be satisfied. If he likes, let him reverse his age to 15. That is impossible. That is totally impossible. You understand me? When you get to a certain age, you begin to do things. You want to leave a good name behind.
You can't cheat nature. That's what they say.
You cannot. This man, I don't know what he thinks about, and I don't know those who are behind him, what they are thinking. Igbo everywhere. What did Igbo people do to you? Did Igbos say we don't have a place to go? And Igbos are quiet, not saying anything. You are still Igboing all over the place. You are still Igboing because they know the strength of the Igbo man.
They do.
They know the wisdom of the Igbo man. Igbo man does not belong in talking too much. It's action. When the time gets to action, it is action.
That's it.
I remember when Ojukwu told the Igbos in the north, why are you running? Because they are killing your people. Send your wives and children back to Igboland. Stay in your houses in the north. Arm yourself. And as they are coming to attack, you begin to chop off their heads. I don't know if you know the story.
I do remember the story, of course.
That was what happened. That is why there's calm all over, because Igbos were just chopping off their heads. You cannot just be pushing somebody who has
making
not
yourself
done...
sitting duck, making yourself the target all the time, and then begin to scream that please help us, see what they are doing to us. Come on, get up and push back yourselves.
Yes, I was even telling somebody, I said, if I had the type of money these Igbo people have in Lagos and elsewhere, I would demolish those buildings by myself. I would demolish all of them by myself because I can go back to Igboland and erect them building there. And I won't leave the building. I will demolish them. Are you getting me?
Of course.
And the empty land, I may find who will buy it. By the time 100 Igbos do that, they will begin to know that Igbos, they don't talk too much.
You are
when
even
it comes
talking about structure, man. See, you see that structure building,
Yeah.
They are the list of the assets of the Easterners in Lagos. That buildings you are seeing, an Igbo man can tell you that he has about 50 houses, 100 houses. That's not his asset, though. Those are just part of his.
Exactly.
Those are physical assets you see. He has houses, he has this, he has that, right? By the time you dig deeper, you realize that those are just physical. They can go if they want to go. You know? So how could you have access to such resources?
Yeah.
And you are being treated this way? I can't even imagine it. Well,
I can't. The wisdom of the Igbo man is not from this world. Are you getting me? Even an illiterate Igbo man that didn't go to school, you need to know what he has and the business he's doing. He didn't go to, and he's not drugging nothing. They know how to manage business. They don't do drug, they don't kill, they don't steal oil, and they are very comfortable. And now you became president with all what Emilokon has in Lagos. With all what he has stolen, all the, what do you call it, all the everywhere toll gates is for him to make money. And all the governors that came after him must give him 25% of the state money. The thing that Jakonde them built is going down because nobody is doing more. They are only sending money to Emilokon's account. And the particular governor who refused to do it, he hates that one too much.
Because he made him governor too, remember?
Yes.
He had to cheat others to make him a governor. And then when he wouldn't play ball, they got rid of him.
Yes. So you see, we are not stupid. The slow motion of the tiger is not laziness.
That's cowardness.
It's not cowardice. They should stop leaving Igbos alone. We have tested
What about we do it this way, my lady? Usually we always ask them, leave the Igbos. Can we even begin to even call the Igbos themselves, who have all it takes to actually stand up at this point, their elite, for the sake of the generations that are still coming, the ones that are going to live on this earth when all of us are gone? Can you all please man up and stand up against those who are targeting the Igbos? Can we all stop pretending? Can we use that?
Yeah, I have just watched a documentary on Aba. Aba is a state in Nigeria. Yes. I think the capital of Abia. The boundary between my village and Aba is just a boat to carry somebody in a boat to the other side. And Aba has been so heavily developed. Anything you want in Nigeria that you get from China,
Aba, you can't get it in Nigeria.
You can go to Aba and they'll give it to you. It might be a little bit different. So these people they have, during the war, did we have anything? They manufactured their own arms. They fought the war. What is the problem? Every day, Igbo.
You know what somebody told me, ma? You know what somebody told me? Somebody said, if not because history has completely been removed from Nigeria's curriculum.
Yeah.
They said all of us, this generation of Nigerians who are in Nigeria today, if all of us are familiar with history, we will never join those who are threatening the descendants of the Biafran genocide, the survivors of Biafra. You will never intimidate them. You will never threaten them. You won't profile them if you actually are familiar with history and what these people actually survived. A lot of us will not be sitting down and be bragging that you will deal with Igbos. You know, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Part of my master's thesis was on that war. Part of my master's thesis was on
people who survived that and became economic force in Nigeria. 50 years after that, you are threatening their descendants.
I don't know why.
How?
What happened with Emiloko in America has nothing to do with Igbos.
No.
So but they kept silent about what is his name, PDP man. They kept silent about him, Atiku, because they know that Hausa will turn around and chop them all one by one. And they are calling Igbo. What has Igbo got to do? Look, I have told those I know, give me a second. I've told those I know, stop establishing in anywhere outside Igboland in Nigeria.
How many times you will tell them?
Stop. And if, my dear brother, if I was a multi-millionaire now,
I know.
That property I have in Lagos, I would demolish it by myself.
And leave.
I would leave. They tell all Igbos, to your tents, O Israel. To your tents. Everybody begin to go back without making an announcement. Igbos will be carrying their families back home.
You don't want them.
And
you don't
want Lagos
them to
for
go.
you. Let Emilio come. Let him never die again. Let him remain there. When he will die, let him carry the whole Lagos and bury with him. That is stupid woman. His drug pusher wife, his drug assistant.
Partner.
That is talking nonsense. They think because they're Aso Rock, the whole Nigeria have become dumb and dead.
They are wrong. Thank you so much.
Very, very wrong.
Let me take another one tonight, okay?
Thank you so much.
You know, that's one thing that people should remember. And I kind of would like to remind all of us, even if you would love to just talk, talk anyhow, do like say, you know what I mean? Majority of us never see fire before. I'm talking about real fire. You hear what that man said that the North, when you are counting the people who died in their effort of trying to force this fraudulent union together on all of us, right? The Northerners, the Westerners, the Easterners, everybody lost people in that war. But the Biafrans, whose people, over 5 million of the civilians died, not because Nigerian soldiers or Nigerian bomb or the American bomb or the Israeli bomb or that of a British bomb or all those guns were killing the Biafrans. It wasn't that easy for them. So they had to starve them. They had to use what is called the food blockade, aid blockade, medication blockade, until it was too late for the civilians to access all those things, all those supplies. That was what killed most people. After they held Nigeria, America, Britain, Israel, and I think Egypt or so, after holding them for 3 straight years. Now, the generation of those who survived the war, now them you they threaten with war today. Some of you are just so stupid, like your parents, who didn't teach you the real history, who didn't tell you what happened to Nigeria, even though while they were killing people in eastern Nigeria. 1 second though.
Onye du iPod, o meriwo n'Izu, onye ya abakare, mama bawora, una pori meri nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3, una pori meri nandi win.
So if your parents, because most of these people that you find outside Igboland today, who are non-Igbos, including some of them who are Igbos too, right? When the Nigerian government started the genocide in eastern Nigeria, Biafrans didn't fight war with Nigeria. Nigeria mobilized soldiers. 1 second.
Onye du iPod, o meriwo n'Izu, onye ya
I'm sorry. Every time I use my finger to make direction, my screen is just going to freeze. So I'm just going to stop using my finger's direction so that it will stop. So the Biafrans, after their referendum, declared their Biafran Republic. And Nigerian government, where Gowon was in charge, they mobilized all of Nigerian military weapons, air force, and all of that straight to eastern Nigeria, and they started bombing the place. That was what happened. So when some of you, that your parents, when Nigeria was bombing the eastern Nigeria, the Biafra land, your parents, they were probably doing the Owambe in Lagos at the time. They were telling them that they were fighting rebels. They were killing people because they wanted to have their own country as a region at the time. Sure you get. So I just thought I should remind you that if your parents were aware of what transpired during the Biafra genocide, if they were honest with all of you, you will not wake up so stupid and dumb, even if you pretend to be older today, and look at the Igbos and tell them you will teach them this, you will do this to them, you will do that to them, to their own children, the survivors, the people you thought you took everything away from, bounced back, became the main force of your own economy, despite the ethnic profiling that has lasted this long, the Cold War. So if your parent indeed, if they probably have a usefulness for their lives, they would have told you that the Igbos are not the kind of people you tell and say you will deal with them when you have never even fought any war in your life or survived. Your parents never seen fire. They never saw one. They were fed with different propagandas. The propagandas that some of them actually grew up to keep repeating and repeating and repeating. Now they are telling you their children will teach the Igbo a lesson. Anyway, I'll take another call. Hello there.
Hello, one name.
Hey, one name. Osita, is that you?
It's me, my brother.
Osita, one name.
Everything good always comes from your mouth.
Because I have to say them as they are.
Yeah, because
there are somebody, there are people that need to know this. They need to know some certain things, right? But
God has anointed your lips to say the truth.
Bless you. Osita.
Yeah. Most times, sometimes is that, most times, or the one that is white, what you do is that whenever somebody says the truth, no matter if that person, maybe he has done something wrong before, accept it that he has said the truth. Maybe somebody would genuinely draw strength from that place.
That's right.
And do something right because that particular person said the truth. So I'm talking about, the person I'm talking about right now is Seun Kuti. What he has said is exactly what Nigeria is all about. Because this contraption is not meant, is not made, is never formulated by the indigenous people of that contraption.
No.
It was what the white man they have made. So because they made it, they knew how it's going to look like. When they draw their program, their propaganda, their program, they can tell you that in the next 50 years, this is what is going to happen. And you would think they are joking. They are not the Babalawo, they are not, it is just a theory. And they have written this theory, not only for Nigeria, but for Africa as a whole. But the truth is that.
Long time ago.
Yes, but the truth is that because if you look at the history of Nigeria, we didn't suffer slave trade like the other people they did. But at this, slavery. But after all said and done, they saw that where the imaginary line will be drawn against their ideology will come from that contraption they called Nigeria. Because of they find out that the indigenous people of that contraption, let's forget about the Fulani, they found out how brilliant that these ones they could become. If you go and read in some of their journals, they will tell you that the southern part of Nigeria, that these ones they are naturally intelligent. That was how the Lugard this thing, one of his memo to the British monarch, that was how he said it, that they are difficult to govern compared to the northern part of Nigeria.
That is right.
So they have built all these things that at the end of the day, they are going to use the greedy ones amongst us to make sure that they get what they want from us. So everything that Shehu said there is actually the truth. We as the indigenous people of that contraption control, we don't even control 20% of what Nigeria represents.
We don't own them. Even though we are rightly living in there, but we don't own anything there because they don't. The benefit from them are not. I mean, the benefit accrued from them are not beneficial to us, but to those who are mostly from.
I was talking to a friend of mine who is a big-time real estate mogul in Nigeria, in Lagos, not even in Nigeria. He doesn't build anywhere near Lekki. If it is not VI, if it is not Ikoyi, he's not going to do it. Those skyscrapers, they are the ones doing it. He's close to the people that we talk about here. And he said one day that he was talking to one of them and he called that his colleague, one of his friends. And he told them that this fight, they are just fighting, thinking that Igbos are taking
Igbo versus Yoruba, Hausa versus Yoruba, Hausa versus this or that.
He said he doesn't know how foolish and gullible that people are. He said, go and look at it, the Ikoyi, those houses that they are building, that's who is the one sponsoring them. He said it's the Lebanese that owns the whole house.
And the Lebanese,
yeah.
I have been told that as well that part of Oshodi, you see the popular Oshodi, they say most of the store there right now have been bought by the same Lebanese, by Chinese, and the rest of them today.
And who
no longer owned by the Oshodi people.
Yes, and who is the Lebanese? When he was saying, I was looking at him. And who is the Lebanese? The Lebanese is the Chagori. And who is Chagori? The Chagori, they are in-laws.
Money laundering partners.
Sheyi Tinubu, his son, Sheyi Tinubu, is married to one of the Chagoris.
Chagoris. God bless you.
Yeah.
Tell them.
So, my brother, I wonder how people are so gullible. People are so stupid.
Where me and you, they fight. Osita, you be Igbo, I be Yoruba. You Igbo, you Igbo. You always say you are smart. All of you Igbo. We will never marry Igbo again. Me and you, they fight over that too. But look at everything that actually makes you Igbo or makes me Yoruba. We have no control over them. We are just remnants.
We don't have control over it.
Nothing. No benefit from it. Nothing.
Look at the whole industries. The few industries you have between Lagos and Ogun State, all of them is owned by the Chinese or the Lebanese or the Indians.
And our people are serving and working there as slaves. That too.
We don't control anything. And yet we are here. We are fighting who owns Lagos and who doesn't own Lagos. Who born Nigeria and who doesn't born Nigeria. So this are the problems that we have. And what is the cause of all these problems? This guy was able to get this information because he is educated. Because they took education away from us.
Sadly.
And they made us enemies to ourselves, whereby we have a common enemy. We all will have a common enemy. What is our common enemy? Corruption, hunger, starvation. Those things are what the corruption we are talking about. It is not the person that went to the market to steal to steal ogbono that he wants to use to cook. No. The corruption we are talking about is when you elect people and at the end of the day, they can never be accountable to whatever they are given to the job for them to do.
Not
so
accountable.
This is the problem. So secondly, the last two previous callers, the second caller did not insult him. I just want people to understand that. What he was only just trying to say is that most of the time we are naive. We don't know what is going on. Yes, naive in the sense that I don't want anybody to rule that thing out. My landlord in Lagos is a major general. Where my landlord in Lagos is a major general. I speak to him. There was the day he echoed this same thing that bros in UK echoed.
Rolex, yeah.
But when I stood up with him, I had that conversation with him.
I mean, me too, I discovered that so late myself. The day I realized that there is no successful military coup in Nigeria, both successful and non-successful coup in Nigeria, none of them is without the sponsorship of the money.
Yeah, because our coup, because our coup are business coup.
They are.
If the business is not favoring us, our coup is just like what the American or the Western world do. If the business of a particular nation is not favoring them, they bring in their machinery. So those coup, but you see the coup that the second guy was talking about.
Yes.
Let me tell you, if you go and look at what happened in Niger Republic, the 65-year-old man or the 63-year-old man that took over the country, it wasn't his intention. What happened in Niger Republic was Bazoum was talking to the man and he was not even respecting the office the man controlled as the head of the military. And the young officers that was under the man, they went to the man and told the man, how can you be there and this guy is talking to you this way, you that have the gun, and he's talking to you this way, addressing you this way. He said they told him that if he doesn't do anything about it to overthrow this guy, they themselves, they will overthrow the guy and they will make mess of him. He became afraid that these guys are going to do those things. That was when, if you watch, so
he had no real choice. He had to accept. I remember it took them about 4 days before they even announced him as the head of the coup. It wasn't the head.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? These guys who took over the power, they were actually presidential guard, though, guiding the president. They took him, they arrested him, and they announced that they've arrested him, and they were looking for this guy to come and head the coup.
The thing that is going to happen in Nigeria, you don't expect you don't even expect a lieutenant colonel to come into this thing. You don't even expect a major to come into this thing. The coup that is going to happen in Nigeria, if it is not military, coup is coup. People think it's only military that plans coup, that takes over. No, coup is coup. If it is not military, it could be a Boy Scout. Mark my word, my brother.
Or civil defense, or Amotekun.
Or civil defense.
It goes happen,
Yes, what people don't understand is that we cannot. We are the only ones that can rescue ourselves. That's the reason. Sometimes, if you remember the kind of person I am, when people talk down on the people here, I always come in defense.
Exactly, to make people see things even better. Yes.
Yes, the reason I come in defense is that I make sure that we don't give up. I make sure we don't give up, and we are not going to give up.
Courage, yes.
We are not going to give up because anybody in his right senses should know that we are all in this particular.
We are. Even if you are trying to pretend that you don't want to think about it, but yeah, you can tell all of us. I don't think about Nigeria anymore, Baba. Why are you pretending? If you're not thinking more about Nigeria, why are you watching Mayegun's Diary Political?
Why are you watching Mayegun?
You are here 2 hours. And you called me in and you said, I don't think about Nigeria anymore. I know you
don't
do.
Think about Nigeria.
Because once you leave my program, you're going to face all that. You've got family, you've got friends, you've got a lot that will get you to think about Nigeria. So yes, now all of us is affected. All of us.
All of us is affected. So in every of our little ways, if you contribute your own quota, believe me, the gospel truth, we will get to that place earlier than we expected.
And no contribution is small or little.
And no
you have no idea what you say or how far it goes.
This is Mayegu on Mobadero, on TV, on internet.
Yes.
The whole world is listening to you.
That's right.
Then I have my own little catchment area. I should be able to say those things with conviction that we are in a mess and we need to get out of this mess.
And it is doable. I like that.
I tell people, nobody lives abroad. And when he's 70 years, believe me, go and ask anybody. When he's 70 years, he will remember that Oshudi.
You are even talking about 70. I have people who have been abroad for 20 years, 30 years, and they are still very much in their late 40s, early 50s.
Yes.
Guess what? They've seen it all. But look at them. In their prime, they can't go back to Nigeria. Do you know that? Do you know how much that hurt?
Yeah. They will remember a place called Italewa in Ogun State. They will remember different places. They will remember Ochanja Market in Onitsha. So when people don't understand this thing, let no man pretend as if this whole thing is not. Even those people who are milking Nigeria, one way or the other, they themselves, they know the truth that is not still helping them. On the last note,
Osita,
you see, if anybody expects any Igbo leader who is eating from these particular people, my brother, they are all in bed together. No Igbo leader. No Igbo leader.
There's no Igbo leader. There is no Yoruba leader. Most stop deceiving ourselves, Ijare. Hausa leader, Fulani leaders. Look at Nigeria.
So, at the end of the day, it is we
now,
that will be the ones to liberate ourselves. If you think it's one stupid person who is there dancing, look at Nigeria. We have been a laughing stock. I was somewhere today. I didn't know that they watched your program yesterday. And they were telling me that, oh, we've changed our national anthem. I was even asking. I watched the program too yesterday, but I didn't even remember that it was the program. I mean, it was that thing. I said, change the national anthem to what? The guy played
the mandate anthem
right now. Yeah, they are using it as skit now. Look at where we have gotten ourselves to.
It is what it is, Osita. Thank you. Let me take one or two more and we can call it a night. Thank you so much for that. That's Osita, ladies and gentlemen. I saw you there. Call you Omoba. Somebody said, Mayegun and Osita, they are dreaming together. Cool in Nigeria. Like I know what you did. See, that's what Osita said. Okay, that we have those of you who have believed that there are some certain things that can never happen. But there are others who believe that you are wrong. I mean, you cannot have closed mind. In a situation like this, like the situation Nigeria is right now, right? Listen to me. Anything can happen. I believe that. But there are some of you who say, nothing will happen, Mayegun. We are begging you to have an open mind. You don't understand. You need to have an open mind, and a mind that says that you have run out of options or patience. There are those who have all the patience in the world and very much optimistic as well, right? I think that's what Osita and others are saying. Don't give up. Don't make it look like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a done deal. Like, there's no way out. There is always going to be one way out and one way out for all of us. Hello there. Sorry.
Hello, Baba Balagba.
How are you?
Oh, well, I did fine. Not me. It's me, Martinelli.
Martinelli, you got in today. You managed.
I've been trying. I've been trying.
I can only imagine.
For
Baba.
days now. I've been trying for days now. And, I'm just happy I got it today. Thank you.
Finally. Good to hear from you again. Go on.
Same here, Baba. Thank you very much. Thanks for everything you do as always. Thank you very, very, very much. I've been trying to get this across for a few days now.
Now you have the chance.
And I've been unable to. And somebody called and literally repeated the same thing, Mr. Tyson. He said everything. I mean, this is somebody whose relatives are members of the Nigerian Armed Forces, and is telling you something, and you people are coming and saying the military will come and do this. You know, man, saying people, this is the problem with Nigerians. You like to transfer your job, what you're supposed to do, your own fight. You like to push it to somebody else. The military is not going to fight for you because they are sorted. The military have agreed a deal. What is wrong with you people? Why do you people like waiting for somebody else to come and do stuff for you? Kilo man saying, we are here trying to harness the energy of the people, try to put all the energy together and, you know, get them to do something, get them to actually revolt. Because
by being able to stand up for themselves without having to wait for any messiah.
Bro, nobody's going to stand up for you. The army is not going to stand up for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Maego, please allow me to be explicit. What the fuck is wrong with you people? You know what I'm saying? Why do you like pushing your fight for another person? You've been waiting for God. God did not come down. Now you are looking for the army to come and fight for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the army is not going to fight for you, bro.
No.
Maego, you know say me I be soldier. You know say I be soldier.
Yes, sir.
You know say I be soldier. My military friends, they are jackpotting from Nigeria now. I want to go and save you. Want to start?
They are waiting for their own visa. Make the embassy answer them.
They are waiting for the army to come and fight for you. Your landlord is a major general. Why has he not taken coup? Why has he not go and done a coup? He's a major general. Do you know what it takes to be a major general in the civilian government? You think there are beans in it? Do you know how many asses you have to leak as a soldier to become a major general under a civilian government? You think there are beans in it? This is not military regime again.
Never going to come around when he's now enjoying.
Bro, nobody's going to come and save you. Stop sleeping. I be soldier. I ran away because I cannot come and save you because the people I want to save, they are stupid. Nigerians don't know their left from their right. Baba,
you remember that during the campaign.
Come and save you.
Martinelli.
Come on, man.
Martinelli, you remember that during the campaign, right? Soldiers were making videos showing their conditions.
Yeah.
And they were telling people that please, they said, please, vote the right people so that all of us can at least have better life. Soldiers said they beg civilian to vote.
Maegu, let me tell you this.
Situation
Maegu, let me tell you this. My own boy, that I trained in the army. Yeah?
Yep.
I'm not going to call his name because, again, as I'm talking to you right now, Maegu, I'm still a service soldier. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm on a wall.
Wow.
I'm on a war. I'm talking to you right now.
And you came to attend the People's Parliament the other day.
Baba, they not feel do me anything. Not be Nigerian. When not criminal be their president. You don't whine me.
So now they take your way. They don't feel they break law. Maybe they allow you to make you obey law.
Come out. Nothing go happen. Maegu. Yeah. I'm not the only one. Maegu. I was at Heathrow last week.
Yeah.
I picked up 3 of my friends from the airport at Heathrow. They were in Sambisa Forest 4 weeks ago.
Wow.
You are waiting for them to come and save you. Are you people sick in the head? They should come and save you. People that are getting killed every day to come and save you. Really?
You know what they said? They said that they said over 10,000 soldiers have gone away.
To come and save you. I say why. Are you guys
everybody
joking,
bro? So nobody is saving anybody.
The army will come and save you. Are you saying soon? Wow. Maegu, please don't. I'm not going to let the narrative fly. I'm not going to let it.
Well, you just did your part here to reassure people that nobody is coming.
We're just going to it's like we've been playing here all this while. Like we are trying to harness this energy, and now you're going to make those people go and sit down and be waiting for army. Which foolish army? You see the same army that are getting killed like chicken every day, all over Sambisa for all over the bush. Inside Nigeria,
but Martinelli, is that not enough for them to also kind of push back and plan coup self? Like they are killing you and all of that. You have to go
they don't plan coup. Maegu, they don't plan coup. You know why?
Yeah,
this is something you need to understand. Yeah,
I think I do, but I would like to hear yours. Go on.
Okay, so you know something, in every gathering, let's say, okay, you now, you are the principal of a school. Let's say you are. You remember they were in school, secondary school, right? They want to pick head boy.
Yes.
Who picks the head boy?
It is the school management, mostly the teachers.
Exactly. And who do they always pick as head boy?
Well, usually pick somebody they say is the brightest. Is kind of, I don't know.
Based on their own criteria. You don't need to know what their criteria is.
Yes.
Exactly. And that is what they do in every gathering, including the army. Those people that they know will always want to push back and fight or do anything stupid. The ones that they cannot bribe, they will lock them up. The ones they cannot lock them up, they will send them on exile. People like us like this, they will send us on our own. Because King Bono, Amadagbo Eruni.
Wow.
We don't go here. And we are all across the army. Bro, my colleagues call you all the time. It's Ariba not a soldier too.
I know now. They do call you and say, my boy left 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Do army work in the, you don't do army work for Nigeria.
Martinelli.
My own military colleagues, they are outside the country. They are, they are being respected. They are doing their proper military job, and they are getting properly enumerated. And me, all I have to do is fight bandit on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Fight bandit on a daily basis, and you expect me to continue living that kind of stupid life, all for what? For peanuts. I can't do that. And whenever I want to push back,
Martinelli,
those of my colleagues,
you know where you are right? You know where I kind of agree with you too on this is that there are those who are indeed as part of the military in Nigeria today, even the police and the rest of them, who have said coup cannot take place in Nigeria anymore. All this tribal division, religious this or that everybody is suffering from today, they have crept into the military. Something that they never believed will ever happen in Nigeria military is crept in now, right? So you are now being profiled by that and all of that. So they are now saying that, but a lot of Nigerians will be surprised that many military men, servicemen, policemen, and the rest of them, they will drop their weapons if Nigerians take on these people and they sustain it. Sure, you get like, say, let's say Nigerians have shut down the country now. And they are ordering the soldiers to attack them. They said there are soldiers, there are policemen that will drop their weapons, remove their clothes, right? And join the protest. And I believe that
is, Mayegu, that is the trajectory that Nigeria is heading. Do you understand? The military will only come when things have gotten out of hand. Because one thing you need to understand is whatever is going to happen now, somebody will be scapegoated, somebody will be blamed, and somebody will be held responsible. The military will never ever allow themselves to be held responsible for this, because in doing that, they will lose legitimacy and they will never have that glory that they had or that they don't have anymore. So they will never do that. Look at NSAS. They are still trying to clean the blood of NSAS away from their head. And you think they will now come back and come and put the whole Nigerian military, Nigerian blood on their... They will never do that. But you see, if Nigeria should come out and revolt, like you said,
you'll be surprised that some people will drive a motor to your protest, and they will allow all of you to come and take selfie. And you say, but they thought they said you should come and kill us. No,
they will not do anything. They won't do anything.
That's the only possibility of involvement of Nigerian military or Nigerian policemen in a popular uprising. Except for that.
Very much.
Like Baba.
Thank you very much. But now saying this what they call it, this narrative of the military will come and lead. You people are dreaming.
It's far-fetched.
Better wake up. I know you people love to visit La La Land a lot. Please come back, okay?
Everybody should come back to the reality.
Come back to reality. Come back to world.
Martinelli is a soldier. So I believe... You get what I mean? I believe that being blunt and being honest.
I'm in at least 4 different group chats. I'm in at least 4 different group. 4 different group. Wow. I know what they happen for there on a daily basis. Timba so cool. If I even draw that, if I even spell C in that group, I'm a yomi kuro di pele. Are you mad? You want to put us in trouble? You want to shake kiniko? So I know that all of them, they've all aligned themselves. The ones that have aligned themselves
with
and
the
the ones
establishment. So they are no longer the Nigerian military that you used to know. See, Martinelli.
They play.
Now, where they play? So I'll take another one. I'll call it my last call.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, take it easy, okay? My regards to the family, by the way. Nice one, Baba. Martinelli. When you're my and me, I will agree with you. If another person call in right now and come and explain to me that military will do this or that, as long as you can make your point very clear, I will agree with you. Because there's a repository of ideas is what the temple of truth is all about. Here you get me, I will say my own. That's what I know. All of you now will call in and say your own. That is what you know. Our viewers, They will have all options of ideas. And when they go to bed, they will agree with some, they will disagree with some, but they will go to bed satisfied that no time is wasted on Mayegun's Diary Political tonight. So I will take my last call, and I hope this is not somebody who has called before. Here, can you hear me?
I can hear you properly, right?
Oh, bless you. Good evening to you. How are you?
Hey, Mayego, how are you today, my brother?
Very well. Thanks for asking. There you go. You are going to be my last caller tonight, sir. And I suspect you are a first-time caller. Am I wrong?
Yeah, definitely.
You are a first-time caller?
No. I think I've called you before. Yeah, I've called you once before.
It's beginning to sound familiar now. Your name, if you don't mind.
My name is Chris.
Yes, I get it now. So, Chris, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you very much.
Great. So, please, Chris.
Yeah, I've been listening to your program, right? And very impressive.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to contribute about the discussion about the military, you know.
Please.
Not wanting to take over, you know. I think the military has been politicized.
Okay.
At this time in their life, they've never made such money before when they were in power.
Even when they were in power?
Yeah, when the military was in power, you can remember, Babangida was the head of state, right?
Yes, sir.
A state governor stole 300,000 naira. A state governor, he went to jail for it. He was dismissed.
I remember.
The military was so well organized and so disciplined. I want you to check today, right? Look at all the past military governors, right? Tell me anyone who is a millionaire or a billionaire. None of them.
Hardly would you be able to remember any of those military governors anymore.
Yeah. See, if the military took over today, right, the discipline will come back to play, and they won't be like before.
Do you think
so? You pay, I think so. So it pays them the way it is now, where they are voting money for them, they share the money, and nobody questions them about the money.
That's right.
They are in cohort with the politicians.
Yeah.
So whatever is happening in Nigeria today is a long shot before we're going to get anything right. So long the military is backing whoever is in power. When Buhari was there, they backed him. Tinubu came now, they backed him. So nothing will happen.
See, nothing can happen. We have military who are now guiding oil thieves on Nigerian waters. We have Nigerian Navy using Nigerian patrol boats, equipment bought with taxpayers' money to guide and protect, and protect oil vessels who came to steal thousands, hundreds of thousands of crude oil out of Nigeria water. Military, sir?
I'm from the Niger Delta.
Please.
I have an in-law who they stabbed in Bayelsa. I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to mention what military belongs to, right? For only 8 months, the guy became a billionaire overnight.
And I would never doubt that. How do you describe a country that is losing 700,000 barrels of crude oil every day?
His 7 years old son, right?
Yeah.
Had more than 13 billion in the bank in his account. That's how bad it is. So you see that Nigeria will be hoodwinked. It's a long shot, you know. We're gonna be in this situation for a very, very long time. The only people that can save us are the youths. They are the youths that can come out. Look, during our days, right?
Yes, sir.
My age, right? Yeah, during our days when the military was in power, it was the students that fought the military. Chego Okiowo, remember them? Chego Okiowo,
I do.
All them people, right? Sunday Rabo, all those people, right? They fought the military.
At least.
And
you know something about those era, which I kind of feel so bad for today, like you just mentioned now, right? Back in the days, right? The same kind of a youth that you will see in Eastern Nigeria schools are the same type of youth you will find in the Western Nigeria schools. Same you will find in the Northern Nigeria schools. And they were like speaking with the same spirit. That Aluta spirit became so popular, and they're like they are like spirit of, you know, fighting injustice. So they speak in the same language. But look around you today. Look at the nuns. Look at all those who call themselves student leaders and the rest of that. And I'm like, oh my God, if these ones were those who were alive during the military era, we would have probably been wearing this slavery chain long time ago before democracy. You know that?
It's a shame with our youth today. You know, I don't know exactly where we got it wrong.
No,
it's either if they're not into cultism, they're into ritual. I don't understand. And this their cultism, right? It goes worldwide. Do you know the area they have branches in Germany, UK, all over the world?
They do.
And they are the military, they are the police. Some of the kidnappings are done by the cult boys. Because when they kidnap, right, and they say things now, but they inform their cohort before the police gets there, they know what's going to happen.
That's right.
A lot of the kidnapping is done by our own boys, not by even the Fulani headsmen that we think.
No, we've had few of them arrested too, as well. Yeah.
Look, Nigerian situation, right, is so complicated. Sometimes you want to talk about it, right? You get frustrated, right? I know a lot of people in the diaspora, right?
Yes.
That got stroke because of Nigerian matter, right? I know a lot of people that have got high blood pressure because they've not been able to go back to their country since Buhari came to power.
I have people who have complained to me that are suffering insomnia for years now. They are unable to sleep. So you know why? Some of them said the moment their mind clock something about Nigeria or some issue, it may be immediate family issue, it may be every other one that they have sort of invested their time in, and suddenly they will just not be able to sleep. They will not be able to sleep for weeks. That is becoming concerning. Like, why am I not sleeping? I'm living in America. I don't owe anybody, but I'm thinking about this place and I just can't sleep. So you are right. There were those who are suffering a lot.
As I speak, it's happening to me. My mother is Yoruba.
Yeah.
My father is from Delta, right? As I speak to you, I've got properties in Lagos, right? And the other day I was telling my wife, I said, if I criticize Tinubu, they will go demolish my house. So that was a year ago. I told my wife, and it's happening today.
And
I look at half sleepless nights. I don't know who is going to come to because you'll be branded once you are half Yoruba and half Delta or half
you have a tainted blood. That's what it is called.
Then you have a problem.
God,
then you have a problem. So
like
these
are the things that years ago you would never think they are possible.
Never, ever happen.
Think that they will ever be possible, ever. But
the best government, to me, the best government we had so far was the Obasanjo era and the Jonathan era. This is a political dispensation, right? I'm not talking about the military time. Just from when we went
unity without
Obasanjo and Jonathan. You could just fly to Nigeria and just have a free time.
You know?
You understand what I'm saying?
But look at it today.
It's all gone. It's all gone. There's no. You are not guaranteed that if you travel to Nigeria, you're going to come back alive.
No, you are not.
You understand what I'm saying?
Taking a risk.
You can go.
It's up to you if it's worth it.
My friend went to Nigeria the other day, right? Some months backward, right? As he got to Nigeria, there was first scarcity, right? It cost him 120,000 to ferry himself from the airport to where he lives.
Wow.
120,000 naira. He had to pay because he
has to get home anyway.
I said make sure you arrive Nigeria in the morning, but he went at night. He arrived Nigeria at night, so he had no option. He had to pay. That's how bad it is in Nigeria. Anyway, it's nice talking to you, my brother.
It's such a pleasure, sir. I mean, I enjoyed it, and then in fact, thank you so much. Okay, for taking time to do this. Okay.
I think Sheon Kuti said the right thing. That's what something. There's something about the guy, you know.
Yeah.
It talks a lot of sense, right? Sometimes it can be offline, but on this one, he got it right.
He did get
it. He got it right.
Shehu is just like any of us. Sometimes people, when people begin to understand the influence they wield, then they will begin to kind of be careful of how and what they say. But Shehu is the type that, unfortunately, is there who has that great influence. That he could use that voice to make a lot of impact. In all honesty, but once in a while, like you said.
If I tell you something, you won't believe it, right? That boy grew up in my presence, right? I used to go to the father's place.
Oh, yeah?
I used to know Shehu when he was just 6 years of age.
Wow.
I saw him grow up as a young man. His brother, Femi, I know all the family. Last time, so when I see him talk today, right, I just like, look at this boy, man, like for that nice one.
I know, and a lot of you probably are older today. You are now watching and possibly seeing that fella in name, and it's just gonna be like yesterday. Like, oh my God! If there's anything to remind you, Chris, that you are getting old, I'm glad you mentioned Sheung. So that's a good one. So thank you so much for all you do. All right.
Yeah,
thanks
take care. Take care of yourself.
You
Yeah,
have
bye.
a good one to yourself. All right. Thanks a lot, sir. And that's a Chris there. And from there, we're going to draw the curtains. Okay. If you watched us midway, the ideal thing is if you have this time, please watch this from the start. Okay. And if you are the type who always joined us from the beginning, yes, we are done. But do me one very nice favor before you leave. Like the broadcast. Okay. Subscribe to my channel. I had the lowest outing last month in November. I had only about 300 people who joined me on my YouTube. I usually have about 1,500, 2,000 in a month. But it's been very slow, and I'm not going to put that on you. I'm going to put that on the YouTube algorithm, okay? Doesn't really matter. We are very much organic on Mayegun's Diary Political. So please, let's keep it that way, okay? I will see you some other time. Until then, remember, you can always, all the time, never miss Mayegun's Diary Political by subscribing and setting your notification as well. Thank you to every one of you who called in, who contributed, and those who also commented, the super chatters, and everyone. I will see you some other time. Until then, please stay safe and take it easy. And good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun Diary Diary Political. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.